Introducing the group to his nephew Mihir, Brun and the boys went to the garden to help Pival's paprika rash. With help from Duncan, they were able to create a paste from Arlen roots and bedlam leaves. Heading back to the center city, Marlowe was able to convince Navos to perform on the main stage due to the previous intended entertainer not being able to make it. On the way to getting help from a pair of bards, Navos learned that the religion that Thane follows is a concept based on the flowing god Ahura Behei. Unity, community, equality. With support from a great wizard and the bards, Navos opened the festival with an illusion, showing Alreth in a sweeping shot from the meadows and throughout the town, with strange appearances in each scene that were not intended to be there. Confused, he then ended the show by performing a theme song for the Veiled Arcana with curious lines about bones and thought reading. Pival, now able to take the stage to perform the festive blessing, got only a few sentences in before looking like he was boiling to the core. Tossing a mark of the wild gods to Duncan, the ASMR exploded, dealing grave damage to the audience. Slowly getting back up, the group saw a fiber raining down and heard triplicate shouts from Mihir with no sight on the boy as the group walked away from the crowd. Trying to heal as many as they could, the druid started looking a bit sick as Irgison altered into a beast, thrashing into anyone nearby. As Thane was being an asshole and swiping into her hind, Duncan was able to lead her away from the crowd as guards rushed people out. With enough damage done, Irgison looked for a place to rest as Navos followed. While arguing if there was a right or wrong option as what should have been done, there were more screams throughout Alreth. Not willing to take a shot at Irgison, Navos joined the group again as they make their way to the closest shout. Now all with glowing sigils marked to their bodies. Thane's eye, Navos' left shoulder, Duncan's residual left hand, and Brun's upper right arm. Now game
That's
time.
what it's like to have good notes.
Fantastic.
Thank you for having the locations, because that was going to be my question from last week, because I knew everyone had a glowy bit. I didn't know where. So thank you.
I also
Yeah.
have them marked.
I
was like,
record
where's
my own audio, so I had to go back to re-listen. Because I got everybody's except for Brun's. I had no idea. It was just guessing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bruns was the only one I had besides Duncan's missing hand.
Yeah.
So
So, real quick, little tidbit on that. I had y'all roll 2 super secret d20s. That's what that was for. And as soon as Evan rolled for his missing hand, I had to keep that inside. And it was great.
I remember. I rolled a 2. It was my missing hand.
2 and a 1.
hold on 1 second. I will be right back. I need to close windows because the thunderstorm is coming. Finally, I'm the worst.
Finally.
You are the worst.
I do have to give props to Evan. I forgot.
Storm is
I completely
coming.
missed a joke. I mean, was it game 2? When I was reading Brun's poem. And I was trying to figure out which hand was his dominant. And Duncan's like looking down and he's like, I can't remember which one mine is anymore. I completely missed it.
Amazing. Incredible. Did anybody have anything to add to the notes? The recap, rather.
His was pretty
Oh.
thorough.
It was a lot thorougher than
Much
Thane's
more
was.
thorough than mine.
Yeah.
Thane
Yeah,
had a lot
don't
of
get
questions,
high
and I do
expectations.
appreciate questions.
A lot of question marks.
A lot of question marks, and that's okay. Oh no, I am a fool. Oh no! Well,
What is it for?
that's a problem
Oh,
for
no.
later.
Oh no.
Beans. Roll20 hates me right now, so I'm gonna be figuring that out in a bit.
Eric, I might be annoying again, and I might ask you to share the Roll20 screen when we start using that. Because every time I open it, it freezes my Discord.
Yeah, that's fine.
Crashes my whole
Interesting.
computer.
Once a map pops up.
Computer's lame.
Roll20 is a virus.
The world is a vampire.
That sucks though, because I had to close mine and then I lost the music, and it was really, really good music.
Dang.
It was a mid-spooky music.
It was only mid? Oh.
Only mid. Well,
I'll
you
try
described it as mid.
It's alright.
Mid.
With Carry the Strange. It's mid.
Oh my gosh.
Curtis. It should count.
I'm thinking about it.
Logged in. Logged in, but nobody's home.
Same.
Colin's up there having a blast, running around and making noises, saying
Yeah.
things.
Can't
Kids.
hear any of it, so.
Kids. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, have you been able to get like sleep recently, or?
Yeah. He's been doing a lot better, but the new baby will be here like at some point between this month and next. So I'm been trying to enjoy it while I can because it's not gonna last.
Hmm.
Yeah, can't wait.
Oh, did I just break something? No, I didn't. Okay, hey, look at that. Yay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, a thing. A clickable.
thank you, sir.
Oh
That
no.
was roll 20.
I was gonna say, I don't think I moved you guys to any maps yet, so. So is the music actually playing for y'all?
I can
Yes.
hear it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's mid-spooky.
Okay.
Spooky enough.
It's spooky adjacent.
Enough. Because things are being weird on my end. Balls.
Balls.
I gotta restart all my stuff. Love that for me. Okay, Curtis is back.
Hello.
I believe.
Yes.
Hi. Welcome back.
Thank you
You're back.
for your patience.
Glad to have you, friend. So, when we last left off, as mentioned in the recap, which, do you have inspiration, my friend?
Yeah, currently.
You do. Okay. What shall we grant you today? I will grant you the power to demand I reroll something.
Intervention.
Cool.
One roll.
One
She is in a good mood.
There's my music. Oop.
DM.
Now I'm worried.
Yeah, I just saw it too.
I didn't see nothing.
We all had the same reaction.
You didn't see nothing. Oops. Oh, my computer's struggling and I don't know why. What is happening?
Take old Betsy out behind the barn, put her out to pasture. Oh, she's gone.
Old Betsy is fairly new. Better
Fairly
not
new
have to take her
Betsy.
out behind the barn.
Take her out.
You are also really overtaxing your machine.
Shh. You don't know me. Okay, maybe. Hello, possibly.
Hello?
We hear you. We hear you.
Hey, okay. Well, that's gonna have to be good enough for now.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, don't worry about anything you may or may not have seen,
Noted.
because you
Do
didn't
not look
see
behind
nothing.
the curtain.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So yeah, Dirk, I will grant you the ability to force me to reroll once. Before you know the result.
So she shouts the result as quick as she can. You can't use it.
Maybe.
That's a nat 20. Can't use it.
Well, little do you
Tee.
know, I'm on a lag, so you got to give me some forgiveness, at least a minute or two.
I'm giving you so much kindness
Minute
already.
He's on the moon.
Anyway.
Honestly, you probably would get better reception on the moon than a minute.
So, as you four kind of trudge your way further into the city, further out, you can hear a cacophony beginning of alarm bells and crowds that are obviously agitated. You can imagine why. There are screams, there are shouts, there are bestial wails and groans and moans erupting all across the town. Because you're not being accosted at this very moment, and you're just heading through the streets, you do notice that the flora that was placed everywhere in preparation for the festival is lush. Pyvel was sent to bless the fields and the season, and you can see that everything is now vastly overgrown. The plants have spread beyond their bounds with the force of his blessing. And that is in stark contrast to the patches and sprays of blood and viscera that you see coating areas of the streets. Swirls of gore mix with the childish art that adorned the area previously. There are signs of people, bodies left behind in the panic. Some trampled, some you're not sure exactly what happened. Could have been some other beast, you would imagine. You would hope. Because in the panic, who knows what happened. While you're traveling through the streets, could somebody please roll me 1d4?
I'll do it.
Where are you headed?
We're headed towards the screams. I got a 4.
Instant death.
We all die.
Also, Alexis, I need you to know when you said, what was it, like the disturbing wails? I was not thinking they were cries. I was thinking like very large sea creatures on land, and I was even more
Like-
horrified.
There are some
That would be
monsters
very
out there. I am very disturbed.
Big,
I came here for a festival. What is this?
my goodness, dude. Good man.
My dude. Okay.
The whales captain.
Yar. Alright, how do I move you all to this page? Bah, 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 bah. Is this how I do it? No. How do I do this?
Oh,
Is this how I do it?
Just like that, I see one
Hello.
very large spider.
I also see a
He is very
spider.
large. That's an
And a
excellent.
ooh, there's a lot of dead people.
a mid spider
Yeah,
now.
you know.
Ooh.
It's compared to regular spider, still very large. How is it breathing? It's too big.
Do you want me to tell you about the respiration of spiders? Because
If you
I can.
If you can explain why it fits in a 10 by 10
It's a
square,
scale.
go for it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Unless this is a very oxygen-rich environment.
Magic.
Oh, fuck.
Put a scuba tank on his ass. Put a scuba tank on him. We'll call it a day.
His pedipalps are holding a little respirator.
Okay. Do. Yeah, since my computer's been struggling, this is interesting.
Do you want me to record?
No. Copy this guy.
I hit a
Okay.
okay. Now.
They reproduce
Oh.
asexually.
That one's smaller. That one's okay. That one's smaller.
We're so fucked.
Alright.
The more
let
you
me
talk
drop
shit,
these.
the more spiders just pop up on the screen. Keep it up.
Yeah, keep talking, give me some time. Okay. That is not what that is.
That's weird.
Alright, I would like for all of you to please place yourselves where you think you would be. Coming up the street here.
You may need to give us control of our lads.
God dang it, no! Seriously?
There's fire
Oh,
going on.
and you have to give Derek control of mine. Sorry, because I'll be telling him what he wants to put me.
Okay, how about now?
Oh.
That's
oh
me.
no.
Fire!
I'm staying away from the fire. I'm gonna stand over here.
I hate that spider.
Um,
Get rid of that spider.
yeah,
I'm gonna ride the spider.
Thane's going right in. So whatever the biggest
Okay.
threat is, that's where they are moving.
I need to give Thane control
Eric.
over to Eric.
Yeah, Duncan, I'm hanging out with you over here. It's nice here.
Thanks.
So I will say you all have been advancing from the same region, so put yourselves somewhat together.
Yeah, this
Hey,
counts.
get your ass over here. Get over here.
No, that's what I want to be.
Thane just strolling down Main Street. The rest of us are like, what if we don't do that?
We are where the violence is.
Thought about it for a second.
Have you
I am-
considered not? Do. So as you are coming up through, you hear this skittering sound. Can't imagine what that would be. And a large group of people actually leaving the area rapidly. And there's a tearing of meat sound. These spiders are currently feasting on what used to be some guards and some civilians. So there is, in fact, one giant spider and two. These are swarms. Okay. You all are into combat, so would you please, for me, roll them bones?
11.
Just give me whoever's highest.
I'm 5.
Anyone over 20?
We really are
Anyone
bad
over
with
15 to
initiative.
20.
Is there one
Nobody's
dexterous
over
character
15?
among us?
Oh gosh. 10 to 15.
11.
11.
Holy shit.
Thane is my red pally. Okay.
He's our new dexterity character.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next lowest?
I don't know.
I got
have 5.
I got a 7.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Ooh, all
I'm
right.
I'm at the bottom.
All of us separated by 2. Look at that spacing.
It was on purpose.
Okay.
We want to give the enemy a chance to step in between us, man.
Yeah.
It's for their good. It's for their benefit.
It's for their benefit. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Let me roll for them. I'll just have them all go at the same time for my sake. Okay.
Oh, well, there goes our plan.
Whoop.
Son of a bitch. That natural 20.
Oh, but every turn.
Andrew, you said you had a what now?
11.
Okay, cool. Hearing your approach, the spiders, the largest spider, the giant spider, turns its attention towards you. Y'all were not subtle. Y'all were not quiet. And the spiders,
They
they
definitely
rolled
were not.
really well. So,
Thane's kind
Pardon?
of out in front of everyone else too. If that, for the sake of the map here, like Thane would have been
What,
the
you wanna
first
be there?
one. Yeah, so I'm in front of the others. If they want to hurt
Okay.
With his arms, like, don't worry, guys.
me. No, I'm just very loud. I'm moving very tactically.
You are very clanky. Very, very clanky. Alright. So, hearing you, seeing you, giant spider is going to approach. So, is this is the right size for a large beast, right? Is
Yep.
it 10 by 10? Thank you. And then movement is like what I just did there? Or is it? I've never giant
We just did
beasted.
that one.
That one?
So it's still in your 5-foot squares. You just pick like one of the squares, and that's like the center, and that's the piece
I
that's moving.
see.
So yeah.
Okay. So that's good enough. And it is going to charge at Thane, the first down the street. This will be a bite attack. 13 hit, I believe, misses you.
Nope. Yeah, that misses.
What is happening? Okay. So that one has tried to attack you. The others are going to follow suit and approach as well. That's not how I meant to leave that, but oh well.
We'll get there.
Alright, so Little Swarm is approaching as well. They were feasting. You have disturbed them. That is another bite from the Swarm. That is also going to miss. So, next up, we have... not that pile of cards. Teehee. Bane, your retort.
Okay, so I know we talked about this a little bit offline. You gave me two options as far as my multi-attack was concerned.
Yes.
I think at the time I had said that option 2 sounded great. I kind of like want a little bit more, being able to, like, people are going to attack me more often. I'm fine with that.
For now, let's stick with 2. Just because I don't have things adjusted for you to stick with 1.
Okay. I'll just have to keep that in mind for my rolling.
So, yeah.
Cool. So, hammer sickle threat. I'm going after the big one. I want to try to use my sickle to take off one of its legs.
Okay.
At the natural 1. So.
So please roll for me severity. Oh, you want to use your pity point right now?
Who's pity point?
What was the pity point?
I gave you a pity point to beg for your life. Last.
Oh
game.
my gosh. Wait, was that a good? That was a good thing, right? Was that a bad thing? I remember this.
A pity point was basically a free reroll.
Oh, can I have that?
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to roll a natural 20 on being bad.
You can use your pity point.
Okay.
You do have to be very pathetic about it, though.
Yeah, it's please. Please let me hit you.
Please, Mrs.
I no longer wish to let you have this pity point. Go ahead and
that's
roll
only
your
a 13.
reroll.
Yeah, that's only a 13.
Only a 13 total?
Yep.
Yeah, you swing for this thing, but it is shifting around, it is shuffling, and you miss the leg.
Okay, and then with my other attack, which I won't include my modifier to, it's a 15 to hit.
Still on the big one?
Yeah, that's the scariest guy.
Go ahead. Remember, you're rolling your damage without your bonuses.
Yes. Yeah, so just a 1d4, that's 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn. I'm cool where I'm at.
Alright, Nevos.
Alright, I'm gonna back up a little bit. I don't have that much HP. And I'm gonna take a shot, Eldritch Blast at the big spider.
Sure.
Nat 1.
So
Guys,
you do also have your you do also have your reroll, your inspiration from very first thing. The very first session.
That's true. See, the tough thing with you is this the start, or are we going to be fighting something even bigger afterwards?
Yeah, this is like a battle
That
of
is your call.
attrition.
If we die to the first thing, we never find out.
Yeah.
You gotta give it all.
I'll use it.
Okay.
Come on. All right. So 11 plus that's a 16.
All right. Roll the damage.
I was waiting for a natural 2.
Just in
Me too. I was hoping.
That is 8 points.
Okay. When you are casting your Eldritch Blast, what does it look like for you?
Good question.
So we haven't seen your Eldritch Blast yet.
No.
If you don't have any ideas right now, I have a thought.
I'd like to hear
Gambit.
because the only thing I'm thinking
With
right
tarot
now is just,
cards.
Out of the eye.
know
out
what?
of the
That's
eye. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Cyclops!
That is
Literally.
sick.
All right, if you want to go with that.
I like that.
That's
No,
just what it's gonna be for the whole rest of the game.
I'd like to hear what you were thinking.
Oh, I was gonna puppeteer you again, just a little.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
So, you step back, seeing this atrocity in front of you, and against your will, you look, you witness it, and it does not belong here. It should not be. And so you make it less here. Magic escaping from you to deal damage to this thing, and erase it a little bit. There are now gaps in this creature, as it
Yes.
is gently erased.
Almost like pixelating it, just little bits.
All right, Brun. Unless Navos, you have any movement or anything else, bonus actions, etc.
No, I'm good here. I just want to take a step back, but
Okay,
I'm good for now.
that brings us to Brun. Duncan on deck.
I'm imagining like in like the leg joints, it's like suddenly just disappearing, and Brent's just
Langolier.
like, yeah, yeah. There's just like a transparency layer put on it, and Brent's just like, shit, this thing can hide itself, and I'm just completely misunderstanding the situation. Gonna circle around. Would you consider this thing big enough to ride?
Yes.
Great.
It is, in
I
fact,
would-
a giant spider.
I would like to hop on this thing's back.
Okay.
Imagine it's like an adult on one of those like little rides that go like that. It's like way too big for it.
I
Probably.
believe last time we did a contested, what is it, strength? Or
Yeah, athletics. Considering it as a grapple.
Mhm.
which is
Which-
Dex.
Um,
Roll bad. Do it. Do a bad job.
15.
All right. You throw yourself at this giant spider as Navos has just erased part of it from existence. And you land on its back, kind of cinching your arms around where the two main body sections meet.
Between the head and the head and the thorax.
The thorax, yeah.
Um,
Kind of weaving between what legs remain. You are on its back, and it is screeching and bucking underneath you, which is very strange for a spider.
Okay.
So soft
And
nay.
and that'd be almost weirder. Actually, if it was clucking, a large clucking spider would be horrific.
I'll keep that in mind.
And then
The chicken spiders come.
Bacaw.
So, correction for myself. I, as a bonus action, I can grapple if I hit with a melee attack. Can I make a melee
Okay.
attack and then have
Yeah.
the grapple be me getting on top of it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll allow that. Because it's dope.
I'm realizing
Do you
Brunt does
have
a
to hit?
lot of climbing on things.
You do have to hit
Because-
first.
Correct. Yes. We're gonna use this dog. It's useful. 16. What's my attack roll? 21.
And the damage?
21.
21 damage?
9. 9
No,
bludgeoning.
it's not 21?
It's not 21.
Okay.
I'm not quite that good yet. I'm unarmed.
All
We
right.
do that in our
uh,
game too. Anytime someone rolls a 21, we always do the 21.
21.
Derek and I are like looking at each other.
But yeah, 9 damage. Like Brunt just like kind of grabs onto the leg and is like crawling up and just like trying to snap the legs off near the like near the body as he's kind of holding on and just trying to like kick the shit out of the joint.
Yeah, there's a cracking of this exoskeleton as you manage to rip off another 2 legs.
Yeah, we'll
It
gun
is
for the
somehow-
front left because I'm right there.
It's managing to stay upright, but it is not happy about what's happening to it at this moment. Anything else from Brum?
Action, bonus action.
I believe to mount something is half of your movement.
Yeah, as part of the grapple, I'm just gonna stay holding on. I'm gonna shout to Duncan. Duncan, is this poisonous? Venomous, technically, I guess.
Venomous. Poison if you eat it.
I would imagine it's so. Have you seen the fangs of that thing?
The pedipalp and the fangs are they're going.
Just trying not to get bit by the presumably venomous spider. But that is me.
No. Okay, Duncan, that's you then.
So I see this pile of wood here. Is there anything that I could pick up to use as an improvised weapon that looks
Sure.
somewhat sturdy? Okay. I would like to pick up a chair leg of a broken chair that Duncan clearly didn't make because it would still be in one piece if he did. So he picks up a broken thing, something that resembles a club-like thing, and he's gonna walk around this little spider swarm, and he's gonna try to bash as many of these little spiders as he can.
Okay. Bash away.
Now,
The tiny.
would Duncan be considered proficient with improvised weapons because it kind of resembles a club? Because I'm proficient with clubs. Simple weapons.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. So is it 10 plus 3 of 13 for the spider swarm?
Okay.
Oh, so
Yep.
13, 15 because of my proficiency, actually?
Yes, and your damage for that.
I believe it's 1d4. It's 3 plus 3, so 6. Got little 6
Okay.
little spiders.
As you're kind of swinging at this swarm, not as effective as you had hoped, but you do take a couple of them out.
That's it for Duncan.
Okay. So that brings us back around to our spider friends. So. There we go. So, Thane, you've been doing some damage. Our little spider swarm here is going to try and take a bite out of you. That is a 19 to hit you.
That hits me.
And 3, 6, 8, 10 piercing damage.
Oh, that's bad. It's a lot of.
Yeah, they're climbing all up under your armor and getting in between
Whatever
the
is
gaps.
under it, he's biting it.
And you feel their little teeth sinking in. So that's that one. Duncan, the remainder of the other swarm is going to go for you.
Okay.
That's a 20 to hit.
Well, my AC is an 18, so that hits.
8 damage to you. As
I'll
they
take
similarly climb up your legs into the armor and start biting. And then we have the big boy. Curtis, remind me what it is to break a grapple. That's an action using strength?
Strength or dex. Defender gets to choose. Athletics or acrobatics against contested athletics for the grappler.
That is a 14 acrobatics to try and escape from you to throw you off.
That's a 15 athletics to hold on.
All right. It rears up, it flails its remaining legs around, and attempts to get rid of you. Failing that, it is going to step over here, which actually no, it'll stay put. Sorry. All right, and that brings us around to Thane, who has just been swarmed by teeny tiny spiders.
Are they still in my armor?
They are, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to.
They should be going on you. My bad.
I'm going to fill my armor out. I don't want to talk too much about the specifics because it's special. But I want to be me, but just a thicker version of me to the point where I fill out the armor and crush everything that's inside of it.
Okay. Interesting.
Like to take the volume slider and just increase it.
Give me. Let's consider this like an unarmed strike.
Okay,
If that works for you.
that is fine with me. Okay. 19.
Okay. Yeah,
And that'd be a total of
absolutely.
5 damage. Or you'll just let me kill them, because that'd be great too.
Could just let me do it.
Sorry, I had to bump you over for a second. Okay. Yeah, as you gently expand, you feel a couple of them crush underneath your armor. So now you know you got some guts under there. Not your own.
Yeah.
And the rest are kind of pushed out from under your armor. They're still clambering around on you and across your armor, trying to find the weak points. Yeah. All right. Anything else from you?
Oh, man. No, that's okay. That's my turn.
Okay.
I don't want to prompt an opportunity attack.
Okay. It is around this point where you all start to hear the clanging of armor. You hear a couple of guards, at least in adjacent streets, who are rushing through. If you make enough noise, you could probably draw their attention by the end of this round. All right,
would like-
Navos.
I was gonna whistle, but I'll do it on my turn.
Okay, yep. Navos, your go. With Brun on deck.
Another shot at the big one. That is 12.
Man.
It's flailing around and just you miss your next shot, unfortunately. Just skirts right underneath one of the legs.
Okay. For
Whiffing
bonus-
past Brun as well.
Thankfully.
Thankfully.
Bonus action, I'm going to put on my shielding Aurora. So I have resistance to all damage until my end of my next turn. If a hostile creature ends its turn within 10 feet of me, it takes 5 radiant damage.
Okay. To make use of that, do you want to scooch forward at all?
Yes.
How close do you want to get to those boys with swarms?
We got it. Spiders in our pants.
It's 10. Yeah, I want to hit everything, so...
Navis, I'm gonna need you to not ask questions. Stick your hands down my pant and start burning away.
Just glow.
Please help.
Just
So we'll hit it here just to try to force them out. And I'm taking like inspiration from your Eldritch Blast. I want it to look like, sort of like an invisible shield, but it's glitchy every once in a while when you're not expecting it, like a chromatic like aberration.
Like when
kind of.
you see it like out of the corner of your eye kind of feeling. Like
Yeah.
there's something there, but not quite.
Something there,
Cool.
yeah. Yep.
I have a visual / narrative question.
Uh-huh.
Are there is this aura visible to everybody?
That's a good question for Derek. I don't know the specifics of your shield. I forget.
Yeah, let me post it.
I don't remember
And
if it's
the follow-up question, if this does not impact the game, does the world look different through your shield? Like things that should or should not be. Can other people see,
Oh,
see
man.
those things?
So I was picturing it as you can tell there's like this little like glint of like a different like aura, and say if you're looking at me, there's nothing new, but like my body parts are kind of like
Right.
not in the right position. But then you look again,
Okay.
they are there.
Okay. Okay. Dope.
And then DM if you want to add if they see anything else.
not in the heat of combat.
Okay.
Not for now. Is that it for your turn?
Yep.
All right, Brun.
Start of my turn, because I have Grappler, I deal a d4 of damage to my grappled target. That is
Oh my
3.
gosh.
3
3 whole damage.
3 whole damage as I'm like cracking a leg like it's a lobster.
Poking it out.
And
Okay.
I'm going to.
Yeah, these legs are crunching beneath your big meaty claws.
I'm gonna go. As it's like not like lashing out and trying to grab me with the pedipalps and fangs. I'm gonna try and like do an unarmed strike like towards the fangs. Ideally, long term, I want to grab one of these fangs and rip it out. But I will stick my hand close to the gaping toothy maw for an unarmed strike.
Okay.
That is a 15 plus.
Because it's grappled, do you have advantage? I forget what grappled does off the top of my head.
I can never remember how.
Because one of them does and one of them doesn't.
Grapple creature speed becomes 0.
Hmm.
I don't have advantage because that's restrained.
Okay, cool.
but yeah,
So your
so
damage?
It's unarmed. 10.
Okay. Yeah, as
Oh, sorry,
you-
11. Apologies.
Oh, well, sorry. As you throw your fist toward its mandibles, you overestimate and rip about half of its face off. The rest of it goes stiff as the pressure collects in the limbs, because they don't have bones. They move via pressure, fluid pressure, and then it relaxes and drops to the ground. You have very thoroughly mangled this thing, and it is now dead. For dead things, do y'all want me to erase them from the board, or what's best for you guys?
He's fine there.
That'd be, yeah.
I'm cool with like
We know
if you
it's
throw,
I'll put a
'cause, like,
little,
put a red
little
X
death
on it.
token.
Mm.
I
'Cause that's-
don't
I
know
think-
how to do that right
So where
Yeah, I
you
think
have
you
the
could
death
change the
token,
color too.
now. Oh, hey,
There's
look at
a-
that.
Yeah.
Wahoo! I'm learning things.
Put it sliding back in.
So yeah, Brad just like caves in this thing's face. Do I come away with a fang?
Not at the moment. You have
Okay.
a fistful of spider face. It's not just a fang.
Crunchy ichor. But yeah, the whole thing just
Yeah, there's,
run right into the ground.
There's a sheen of humanoid blood that comes along with that from the mouth parts. So enjoy that.
I'm gonna do my absolute best. Brun's not going to think about that this thing was probably once a person. Brun's really hoping that these spiders just got caught in the everything grow spell, and we're just caught in the. This is a side effect.
All right.
that is
Anything
me.
else you'd like to do with your turn? That is Duncan up next then.
That's me.
Okay, Duncan.
All right, I'm gonna take my little club and I'm gonna start smushing away. Smush, smush,
All
smush.
right. Stomp,
I
stomp.
got a 24.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. That'll do. 4. 3 plus 3 is 6 damage.
Okay. And again, you're stomping around. It doesn't do quite as much damage as you think it should, but as you're stepping around trying to crush these things and swatting your own armor and such, you realize that you've pretty well mangled the rest of them.
Mhm.
So that is that swarm did. Do. Red
Where
X. Go.
Look at you. Your newfound X
Look at me learning things. I know.
No,
I'm
I
so
was-
proud of me.
Right. And that is Duncan's turn.
That is
He used all of
Duncan's
his spell
turn.
slot.
Okay, that brings us back around to the final swarm. Thane, they are going to continue to harangue you. And that is a... Hold, please. 15 to hit.
That misses.
All right. Filling out your armor seems to have worked quite well to restrict what parts of you they can affect. So they're trying to bite, but the thick leather that fills the gaps between your armor is fending them off for now. All right. That's them. That brings us to... So, Navos, remind me, how does your aura work? Is it their turn? Or your turn?
At the end of their turn, if they're within 10 feet of me, they take 5 radiant.
5 radiant, okay. And they will fry just a little bit as they skitter across Thane's armor. And Thane, that does bring us back around to you.
Okay, we're gonna just start flailing around. Get these things off me! That's gonna be a 16.
16? 16 hits.
A total of 8
I'm almost
points.
surprised that there's not an appreciation of Thane to the collective of spiders working in unison.
You be
What
covered in
was
a
the
bunch of
damage?
spiders.
I was.
8 points of damage.
What are you attacking with here?
This is their hammer, and they're just like hammering at these things, crushing them.
Okay, and one more time what that damage was, because every time you say it, cuts out.
8.
God dang it! 8, okay.
Am I cutting out a lot?
Just when you say
Only
8.
when you
I
say
think
one
it's-
word.
Just when you were saying 8. Like, without fail, every freaking
Sorry,
time.
what number did you say, Alexis?
That's so
Huh?
funny.
What number did you say?
I've never in my life said a number. Yeah, you're tinging your hammer off of your armor. It's got some new dents, but you do
Mhm.
squash a couple of the spiders.
And then
Swarm.
if there's any left, then yeah, I'll use my bonus to keep hitting. It doesn't matter though, because that one is a natural 1. So I'm really not liking these things apparently.
They're really throwing you off. So, for your natural 1, could you please roll severity? That's
I rolled an
1d20.
11.
Did Thane
I
ever
rolled an 11.
tickle before? Does he know the concept of tickling? Maybe this is so foreign to him. He,
This is so
he
new.
hates tickling. Tickling
would
is
be-
his thing. He hates it.
What? Imagine if he was just giggling hysterically this entire time, like he's having a like.
It's canon now.
Oh no.
That's what they're doing.
He hates being tickled, especially by arachnids.
Okay,
That's
so
an
what I
unlock.
need for you, Thane, to do, roll me a 1d4. 1 will be Brun, 2 Navos, 3
Oh
Duncan,
no.
4 is yourself.
Yeah, it's a 4.
All right, so you're slashing and trying to like slice up the rest of these spiders. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah.
But we'll
Great.
cut it in half.
Okay, that's a 3.
All right, so in half, round down. That's 1 damage to yourself.
Oh, round down. That's nice of you. Ouchie.
Yeah, well,
And
yeah, you catch the
am-
edge by accident.
That's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Navos. Once again.
So, the spiders, are they still inside of the armor, or are there some that I can, like, strike on the ground?
They're pretty much all out from under the armor. You see like a couple legs sticking out from the edge of the armor where they got smooshed. But there are a few left scrambling across Thane, kind of running across the back and trying to get up under the helmet, that kind of thing.
Alright,
When-
I'll try using my dagger.
Okay.
When does the aura damage trigger? Top of the enemy turn or top of
That
your
was
turn, Navos?
the end of the enemy turn. Yep, we did that.
Absolutely missed that. I apologize.
Yeah, and then that'll be done at the end of this turn. That's an 18.
An 18 to hit. Yep, that'll hit.
Ooh, okay, so 6 points.
And similarly to Duncan, you realize it's really hard to catch these things. So you're trying, and you don't quite get as many as you'd hoped, but you do a little bit of damage.
Okay.
Anything else for you?
Nah, we'll stay there.
You guys
Okay.
are going to all start
brings us-
wailing on me. Like, yo,
They're going to take
kill
out
these
a little
things.
bit of anger.
I love that.
Brun, that brings us to you.
Okay. How, on a scale of 1 to far too many, how many spiders are currently crawling all over Thane?
You would say about half the amount that had initially swarmed him.
Okay. Okay.
I just realized I should have given Navos flanking. Oopsies.
It's like a swarm of spiders.
Brun's going to climb
don't know if
up
he can.
onto up onto the head and say, and just shout, Thane, stop swinging! And I want to tackle, and just like a dive tackle, and I want to put Thane between myself and the concrete, and I want to just crush the spiders between our combined weights.
Okay.
Just like,
So you do have Tavern Brawler.
yes.
And this sounds like an improvised attack to me.
Improvised or unarmed strike.
Everything about
Either
this.
one. I'm good at both
Either
of
way.
these.
Either way.
Uh,
By the way, Duncan on deck.
So yeah, just
Everything is
full
ready.
like WWE, just like arms out, trying to just get as much like body weight on top of you as I can.
My chest is classified as an improvised weapon. Get it on a t-shirt.
It's weird they only sell male sizes though. I don't know what to tell you.
Have you ever seen that lady who crushes watermelons?
Oh, yeah.
Which one? You gotta narrow that down.
With her boobs. There's a world record and everything. Anyway,
I haven't seen the boobs. I've seen the thighs. Anyway,
I
that
started
is
watching.
that's a 19 to hit.
so that'll hit both
Crush him
Thane
with his
and the
pecs.
spiders.
That's
I'm gonna say
kind of
because-
the goal.
I'm gonna say that part of this damage will go to Thane.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. You good there, Thane?
We're fine with it, but we would like to propose we take a little bit less because we do weigh a lot more than we would normally, currently.
Yes. Alright.
Yeah, the main goal is to just like instead of
Crush.
swiping with weapons, just pancake between like front to front and back to stone.
Front to front.
You just cannot resist people.
I-
Anyway, what's the damage?
I can't. It's that is 9.
Okay.
Bludgeoning.
Thane, I'm gonna give you one of those.
Okay.
As you are crushed beneath.
Surprising, Brun was not expecting you to be that dense when he hit you. It like hit and then slowly toppled to the ground.
Alright. Anything else
Thank
for
you.
you, Brun?
I'm then going to use, sort of like land, look to Thane, go, you good?
Thanks.
I will stand up, and then with my bonus action, would I be able to pull Thane up?
Isn't that usually like half movement or something to get back up?
So yeah, half movement to stand. I only moved.
I'm
5
allowing a
feet.
lot of things tonight. I think I'm gonna not allow that one.
Okay, that's fair. I will stand up.
Okay.
And I will offer my hand out to Thane in acceptance. Whether or not you take it, I have no control over that. I did just
Alright.
tackle you, hit you with a swanton bomb.
Solidarity.
Uh,
Gotta
that'll
take that
bring
in.
us around to Duncan. Duncan, you do have flanking.
Yeah, so I'm gonna see Brun kind of standing up, like the intestines between his chest and Thane's armor, kind of like making this ooey gooey pizza, you know? Kind of stretches out. And I'm looking for
cheese
any
roll.
survivors. Yeah, any survivors that kind of like come crawling out of this now, ooey gooey. And I'm just gonna try to, pick them off. It's like playing whack-a-mole,
Okay.
but whack-a-spud.
Still using your improvised
little
club.
club.
Okay. Make your attack.
That is a 19.
That'll hit.
Okay. All right. Let's see how many spiders I can get. That's a 3 + 3. That's 6.
Okay.
6 more
And
spiders.
you are mostly successful with your whack-a-moling. Thane, you have more dents in your armor now, as you're being hit from all sides.
Great.
All right. Anything else from Duncan?
No. I think that's all Duncan can do.
Okay. The swarm is going to continue to attack you.
They're so determined.
Man,
They're really
This is-
determined.
you thought the big spider was the boss, but it's this.
It's these swarms.
It's like these.
So that's a
little
21 to
tiny guys.
hit.
Oh my gosh.
You
Spiders
gotta-
have a
yeah.
vendetta.
We can't antagonize the baby spiders anymore, guys.
That's a 3. That's 3 damage as they kind of make their way under the helmet. They've centralized around your face and are going
They're
for
smart, they're
throat,
learning.
neck, face
They're going
as
for the,
much as possible.
go for the eyes, boo.
Alright. Thane, your retort.
They're on my face.
There's only a couple of them left. Yes,
They're,
they're
like,
going
here,
for your
though.
face right now.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yep.
headbutt the ground. Can I fucking like?
Okay.
Please.
Nobody can hurt
let me
Thane better than
fucking-
Thane can.
let me fucking. I am like on death's doorstep because of these tiny fucking spiders. I am. I'm banging my head. That's a natural 20. Okay. Natural 20 to bang my head. That's gonna be 10 points of damage total, doubling 5.
Okay. As you
Are they dead?
bash your face into
Please,
the ground,
love of God.
you headbutt the ground over and over and over, and you probably could have stopped a couple ago, but just to make sure you got him. Your face is covered in guts, the spiders and what they were eating as well. Little bits of the exoskeletons kind of cling uncomfortably to your body. And that is the end of the final swarm.
Dane's gonna take your hand.
CDX.
Very
CX.
unsteady on their feet
There's
when
a-
they stand. Oh, we don't like spiders now. That was bad. Looking around.
Dunk-
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, Duncan's gonna walk over to Thane and kind of just like see if there's any spider bits, kind of washing them off of his armor a little bit, see if there's any stragglers. And while he's doing that, placing his hands upon his hand and doing the last 5 of his lay on hand charges to kind of heal him up.
Do
How's
it.
everyone else looking? Did anyone else take any damage?
Brun is perfectly fine. He's got a little
I
bit
took-
of ichor on him.
It was just the
Like
two
six-
of us stuck in these spider swarms.
Oh, how about the other bodies?
You put
around?
yourself
Like,
front and center.
you know,
You wanted that.
how is?
I also
the
think
people that are around.
he would have thought to
Um,
fight the big spider.
Yeah,
So yeah, your
little one.
companions.
these bodies or these people that are laying around. Are any of them death's doorstep? Like, are any of them like still kicking, or are they gone?
No, the people that you see nearby, you actually hear a few people escape out of the tavern that's kind of behind you there. You hear a few people make a run for it, seeing the threat mostly gone now. And, yeah, the people on the ground are not salvageable, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Brun, once like seeing the healing, seeing people leaving, takes a quick look around, and I'm gonna walk over. He's gonna move over to the stand. Look for whoever looks like they run the stand. If their body is if this is their body, like looking around for the corpse.
This
And
one.
I'm gonna look for coins. I'm looking for a coin purse.
Okay.
Just like looking for the owner, if there's a cash box, if there's just like a little bit of cash money.
Yeah, give me an investigation.
God damn, the dice are working for me today. That is an 18.
Okay. Yeah, you find 3 gold and 8 silver.
I will.
Stain's like also with these bodies. Like, do we see this happening?
That depends on how subtle Brun is being, and if you two would like to roll for it.
If you're paying attention to Brun, like Brun, he's keeping his back towards where he heard people. Like basically making sure other people don't see him doing it. He's less worried about you three, as he's doing this. Just like, he's not tossing the whole stand, but he is very much just like, cool, this is a stall. They're either going to have the money on their person, it's going to be under the counter somewhere. Grab it, find the box, and get out.
Hang on one second.
He's a child.
There's no box in that box.
Okay. So the money
Tiny
was just
human.
like on the money was just on the shopkeep's person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just grab the coin pouch, dump the coin pouch into empty the coin pouch into mine, and then toss it into the street.
Okay. Anything else y'all would like to do in the meantime?
I think Thane wanted. Yeah, especially
well-
chucking the bag into the street and like walking back towards the rest of you.
We'll say, just for the sake of ease, that Thane is paying attention to one of the other bodies at the time and just whispering something, and they just want to go around as quickly as they can to each of their body and just whisper a prayer whether anyone hears it, it's up to you guys. But yeah, they're just taking just a fraction of a moment with each of these bodies before they move on.
Okay.
Find anything, Thane?
Only things that have bane lost.
And more too will be lost if we, don't keep moving on.
Agreed. And Thane is like limping down the street, heading to the next ones. Also, what general direction of the city are we moving in? Are we getting close to the stables at all, or
That is up
where
to
Thane
you
knows
guys.
that family to be?
That also is a question for me, because how far is Duncan Dubois' house from here? He has a couple of things that he would like to go so he doesn't have to use his chair leg anymore.
That's up to you guys which direction you're going.
Are they in the same direction or the opposite directions?
Where's the fight?
I will say the same direction.
Okay.
That's where we're going.
Yeah, and again, you're hearing skirmishes off to the sides of where you are. You can make your way through pretty well unimpeded, waiting for crowds to pass, kind of hiding off to the side a little bit if there's a fight that you don't wish to engage in, and you can make it to Duncan's house.
Those guards that we
Eventually.
saw earlier, are they still there, or do they just move on by now?
They've kept moving.
Okay.
They were moving with a purpose. You get the feeling that there's communication going on to
And that
send
was what I was
guards
going
where
to
they're
whistle them
needed.
over for, is to see if there was any, oh, this is where the attacks are happening, this is where we should go, kind of thing. Yep, I'm going to head towards my house, because I know it's right around the corner.
Yep.
Or up around the
And
corner,
you
yeah.
do. What are you looking for at your house?
Well, first off, once I get to my home,
You want to describe what your home
in
looks like?
it's a very quaint, kind
It's
of
so
stuck
nice.
between two buildings home. I'm going to go inside. I don't know if anybody else is, but I'm kind of going to that closet, pulling that box out. At the bottom of the box, wrapped in some linen, is an old sword of mine, a long sword. It is gleaming. It has the image of two wings on its what's the word?
Hilt?
Where this hilt?
Crossguard?
Yes, the crossguard. That's the word.
Crossguard?
It has two images of wings, angelic wings, but very plain, very simple. And I'm just going to take it with its scabbard and put it on my side, kind of donning off whatever clothing I had to reveal my chain, and putting on my tunic, my paladin regalia tunic, which is kind of used, but very expertly repaired. There are plenty of patchworks in it, but expert care was put into the stitching of it. And then I will leave my house and rejoin my companions, now
When
armed.
Duncan comes back outside, does Thane recognize anything that's on either his clothing or on the hilt of his sword as being anything religious in nature or anything like historical that they would recognize?
Yeah, this is pretty obviously paladin armor. If you would like to figure out which kind of paladin, you can roll religion.
Brun would also like to do that.
Do that
Oh.
thing.
Yes. I forgot he also has a helmet.
Can we try to do history instead?
No.
Okay. Religion. 14.
In my necklace.
16 for Brun.
14 and 16? Yeah. Duncan, you want to tell them about your god?
Sure. So, Bun, this is a fairly common, but not so common, group of paladins. Duncan Dubois belongs to the paladinhood of Velos Valor, the divine human. The story of Velos Valor is a long and complicated one, but he was a human turned divine. You would recognize these as their symbols. It is a blue kind of diamond-colored shape, or blue shape, blue diamond, with those same angelic wings kind of pointed off of it that match the crossguard of my sword.
And Thane had seen some of those paladins previously, kind of going through the city. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That explains a lot.
Velos Vidar the Eidolon. For those keeping track. I will eventually make a world document that has some of this information. That has not happened yet. Apologies, friends.
But you will also see that I have a necklace that kind of also has that symbol, but there is a ranking insignia on it. It kind of goes with the whole armor ensemble.
We make out what that ranking is.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say you can. Go for it.
So you would notice that Duncan Dubois is a Master Sergeant of the Paladin Order.
For that's Thane would understand that possibly as being higher up. Is that the equivalent to what they would view as a knight? Celestial knight.
So you said Sergeant Paladin. Is that what it was?
Master Sergeant, yeah.
Master Sergeant.
Master Sergeant. Yeah. So that would be almost to knighthood. Almost.
In your ranking system, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, that explains a lot. It's good to know. We should keep moving.
Yeah. I was gonna say, are any of you having any chats? What are you all doing as you're waiting for Duncan to return?
Oh, Thane is antsy. Like Thane's wanting to keep moving. They're antsy and they're like shifting foot to foot, but you could tell like one of those feet is hurting.
Yeah, Navos is kind of in the same way, looking up at the sky, trying to take in as many shouts as possible, trying to deny that the spiders they killed were not something similar to Irgison.
I don't think we won't be talking about this, Navos, later when there is time.
I know.
Might have a lot to answer for. Are we close to the stable?
Yeah, by this point, you're not too far off from the stable.
Once everyone is back together, that's where Thane wants to head, unless, shouting for help or anything pulls them off track. That's where they're going.
Yeah, more of the same. Shouts off to the sides. A variety of signals going off around the city, or the town rather. The bells are moving kind of in waves. Some to the north, some to the west, some to the east. Kind of a building of need is felt as these each kind of go. Where the guard who are up in the towers are keeping an eye, trying to direct the ground troops. You all would know that in a place like this, that's not a large city, there's not really communications magic. They do things by hand or manually, we'll say. So there's a system that you can kind of figure out. It's fairly obvious for anyone who's paying attention. But yeah, you're hearing crowds push toward the gates, trying to make their way out of the town, trying to escape this prison where they are held in with all of these atrocities. As you get closer toward the gate that is near the stables, there are more and more people. And you actually pass by the White Hart, and there are a couple of guards holding out at one of the doors of the tavern. You can hear and see the signs of a group of people inside, and there is an individual. Okay. They are an elf. Tall, kind of spindly, short hair that's kind of spiky and not very well kempt. Their fingers are kind of gnarly and such, and they are shouting to a couple of giant rats and haranguing the guards at the door. Let me bring you all over. My scale is very off.
As we get near the White Hart, Brun, feeling remarkably naked, not in his armor, is like, ooh, actually, can we... I would love, like, as like Duncan comes out, Brun throws a salute as you come out in your full regalia.
And then I salute you back.
It's the kind of salute that only someone who knows what a correct salute looks like, it's not dismissive, like it is still a respect of the you know, it's the, I don't want to say like across branches, but like respect for the authority and the work that you put in to get there, even though you're not like, I'm not doing that as, it's offhanded but not disrespectful.
And Duncan will kind of give you the salute back as he pushes his chest or his fist upon his chest. You can see that the wings on either side of the emblem kind of correspond with his hand as well. So it looks like his hand has the wings.
I'm not surprised. Good. Surprised it still fits though. How long has it been in storage?
Okay. Are we?
One too many years. But
I'll say this is
really time for questions. Yeah, we have time
Is
for
there anything
questions
in the White
later.
Hart you need?
I see a timer.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing it get nervous.
My armor, my armaments, my possessions are in there.
We have-
Whatever Vox didn't take.
We have some things too. So we should
Uh-huh.
make it quick. Get in, get out.
Yes, check for survivors.
Hope who needs it.
Okay.
Thane, maybe don't charge in first. Let me take point on this one. Let them punch me and then you can stab them.
We are ready for any battle, but also that would be fine. Thane coughs up like a little blood. That's
It's like another spider that you somehow swallowed.
There's a little bit of a leg that pops out.
oh.
But yeah, Brun. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say I'm a little worried with these blocks, but please like finish.
Yeah, just Brun is going to move to the front and be like moving towards the White Hart, but also checking back and making sure we have the whole team.
Anybody still here?
Hopefully. Alrighty.
So this is
So,
correct.
can you all see? Yeah.
Yes.
That is the elf in the middle. The rats, they are considered giant rats. However, size-wise, they are small beasts. They're really tiny if I make them small. So I'm just gonna leave them that size. There are a couple of guards that are...
they attacking the elf, or are they just like hanging out there?
No, it seems, because you do see a couple of other giant rats that are dead scattered around. I just didn't put them in. Kind of the door that the guards are holding at the moment. The guards aren't looking great right now. It seems that they've been doing rounds. They've been in several fights so far, and it's wearing them down. So it's kind of taking all that they have to hold this line and keep the individual that's threatening alongside the rats out from the tavern and trying to keep these people safe. Does that answer your question?
So the elf seems threatening along with the rats. Like the elf and the rats are in
Yes.
cahoots. Okay.
That's what it seems like, yes.
Gotcha.
Any other questions before you all advance?
Do we want to kill the person with the beasts that's attacking people, or do we want to talk to them?
Sorry.
Looking at this scene, does it look like the elf is in command of the rats, or is just a
It does
target
appear
of
so.
opportunity?
It does appear that the elf is guiding the actions of these rats.
Dane's gonna pull out their short bow.
I have a question for
Duncan is
Navos.
drawing his sword as well.
What's up with Navos?
Does this seem like something that happened out of nowhere, or is this elf kind of like taking advantage of the situation? Does Navos feel like this is his something that he caused?
That feels to me like an insight.
Okay.
Is this all my fault?
17.
I hope they don't find her body.
Yeah.
I hope they don't blame me. I hope they don't think it's my fault.
A 19.
If you need background singers, hook me up.
You take stock, turning inward a little bit to feel for that presence that you know should be there. And for right now, you're not noticing it. It's not pushing to the forefront. It surged when you set out that first blast. But for right now, you're not feeling it. So it seems as though this elf is here intentionally. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and I'll make a mention to the group. This elf does not seem to be a part of what we have seen these last hour or so. He's doing this on his own.
As you are looking at the elf, they do have a pendant around their neck as they're kind of yelling and insults and things at the people and verbally abusing the rats to do their will. They kind of flail just enough that you catch sight of a pendant, like a light ivory bone kind of color, carved with a flash of metal through it as well. Which for some of you might be familiar from when you woke up. I think Thane,
Are you?
actually.
Me? When we woke up.
Yeah, you want to tell which one of us should remember?
When we woke up, When? At the very beginning?
No, when you blacked out because of the explosion. We all kind of blacked out and woke up.
Oh, yes. Okay, so this is the same. This is a similar pendant to that woman that I had seen wearing.
It bears a resemblance.
Gotcha.
Which
man.
you guys never talked when you woke up. You all just kind of went into things. So that's
Really
Thane
haven't
only
chanced it
knowledge,
yet.
baby.
Yep. Oh man. Dane's gonna shoot.
Okay. I will consider this a surprise round. So before we take our surprise actions, please roll for me initiative.
Man, that's only an 8.
Hey.
Guys, I'm above a 10.
That's not how
Yeah, me
it
too.
works. Initiative uses which thingy again?
Dex.
Dex?
Dexterity.
Dex.
It's just your dexterity modifier.
Okay. Anyone over 20? Anyone 15 to 20?
Me. That's me this time. Hey,
Oh
it's
my
me.
gosh.
I got a 17.
Whoa,
you can believe
look
it.
at you.
You put the armor
kinda
on and he's
don't.
ready to go.
Oh yeah, he's ready. He's battle hardened.
Battle ready. 10 to 15.
11.
That's my action figure name. Battle Ready Duncan.
Okay, anyone below 11?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
5 for me.
8. And an 8 for me.
What is your dex modifier thing?
+3, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, +3. 16.
All right.
Before we go further,
Fin-
does anybody have a dexterity modifier besides Thane? Like that's
I do-
actually good?
It feels like
do,
meta
it's
knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a problem. I have a +2, but my rolls today have just been awful.
Oh, okay. I was just curious because mine, as you can see on the sidebar here, is a +0.
Sorry, I did in fact steal all of your luck this evening, Derek. It's mine
Yeah.
now. I'm not getting back.
Between
Gimme,
that and
gimme.
Andrew getting all those nat 20s of the previous games.
Not this game.
Yeah.
Not doing well this game.
All right. Let me
Oh, 2
find
nat
the
ones.
right tab. That's not the right tab. There we go. Okay. So, surprise round. You all may make one action as part of your surprise. I believe that's how surprise rounds typically work. Or is there movement included?
Movement's
So,
included.
yeah,
All right.
surprised is a condition, so they can't. Whoever is surprised can do nothing on that round.
I see.
But after
So you get a
their
full
turn
proper round.
after their initiative, they can take reactions, I believe.
I
But
see.
they cannot take actions or bonus actions or move.
I'm learning so much. So that starts us off with so Thane, are you I would imagine that you're telegraphing this pretty obviously.
Yeah, and Thane's
That
gonna
everyone
say
should be
before
ready
they
to
fire-
attack.
Yeah, and Thane's gonna say before they fire, don't kill him, but make him wish he was dead. And then that's when he was gonna.
All right. Yeah, go for it. What are we doing here? Duncan, we're starting with you for this surprise round. Just based on initiative.
60. All right. Duncan's gonna walk up here. He's looking for anything that he can throw. You know, I can't really use a short bow. I'm kind of low on arm, so I'm looking for something I can throw on the ground. A large stone, a piece of wood.
There's the remains of several tables. Yeah, I guess I could describe the scene. Gosh,
Yeah.
what am I doing? There are the remains of several tables, carts kind of shuffled around here and there. A couple of stalls as well, with various odds and ends in them. several individuals laying around. A few guards remain. I mentioned the couple of guards that are in the doorway that are looking pretty haggard right now. As far as rubble goes, there are various pieces of fruit. There are pieces of table, some mugs that haven't shattered, plates.
I think I'm
Some
going to
that are
grab a
broken.
piece of the table, a smaller one, something that kind of fits in the hand that is nice to throw, and I'm going to chuck it at one of the rats to the left or the right of it. Let's do this one.
Okay.
I can ping it. That one.
One of the giant rats that are
Yeah,
actually small.
the small giant rats.
Yeah, the rats of unusual size.
So that's an 11 to hit, because I have no dexterity modifier.
Okay. Yeah, you yeet this item, aiming for the rat, but it is not where you expected it to be as your item lands, and you do, in fact, miss the
Okay.
item kind of shattering across the pavers. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, just draw my sword and wait for the rest of the team.
That's Brun. Thane on deck.
Bo comes out, sees Duncan kind of swing off to the side to grab something. Brun just sort of turns, drops his head and his shoulders, and just movement
Christ.
and action to dash.
Move.
Just straight in
movement.
there. Move, action to dash. Just get right in.
The
Seeing
thunk 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 of your feet coming
Just-
up real quick behind them.
He is gonna shout.
I need my stuff.
Hey! What the fuck is he gonna yell? I think he's gonna yell. He's gonna be a little derogatory. He'd be like, "Hey, knife ears! Look over here! No, you on me!" And just like coming forward, like arms up, trying to be as big of a target as he can. Since he can't get there
Be
in
the
one
biggest
turn to
threat.
sneak attack. Drawing attention, saying some other things. Definitely less than things that would get Brun canceled on the internet.
Good thing we're not on Twitch.
Correct.
Or those elves.
Alright.
They might take offense.
Yeah, they have long memories.
Start-
Yelling racial slurs.
Yeah.
They hold grudges.
Also asking if their mother was a dwarf.
Ooh.
Really just picking all the low blows, trying to piss him off.
Hey,
Okay.
Duncan's gonna walk out on this one. Ooh.
Ooh, don't feel good about that.
The
Thane,
cringe.
if Brun has nothing else, that would
That's
be
all I
you.
got.
Yep, Thane's gonna get a little bit closer, basically half the distance between where they are and where this dude is, kind of heading a little bit to the south there. Eric, if you can move me like just above where that body is. If I can go out that far. Yeah, yep. And I'm going to fire my short bow at the rat closest to me. That's going to be natural 20. Total of 25 to hit.
Okay. That might
that's
hit.
Going to 13 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah. You take aim, and that fury that you hold, you pin this rat to the ground. It shrieks and is dead as it releases the last of its air. You all very much have attention by this point. Boop. Anything else for your turn? Okay. Naos. With Duncan on deck.
Yep, we'll still hold back a bit since I can reach. Go with an Eldritch Blast to the elf, trying to aim So I'm thinking Navos was never much of a fighter. And was surprised at what happened to the spider. Was imagining that the blast was going to be like this bolt of energy. And is now trying to take advantage of this and gonna go for the right foot of this elf. To knock him down if
Okay.
possible.
Just disappear the right foot of the elf.
Yeah. That's a 16 plus 5, that's a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Got 5 plus 3,
Wow.
that's 8 force.
This ain't spooky at all.
It's kind of
What's
funky.
weird is the guy with
It's
the
literally
marimba who's
called Rat
chasing
Battle.
us.
Yeah, we're in a battle. It's like funky. It's like Donkey Kong music.
All right. So I'm so sorry, Navos. Can you say that again? That number?
I apologize.
How much? How much damage?
That was 8
Damage.
force damage.
8 force damage. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it hits, and the foot of the cultist, or the individual rather, yeah, they're a cultist. It's pretty obvious. It doesn't quite disappear, but it does start kind of glitching. You get that visual aberration going on, where like you can almost see the ground through parts of it, and he yells out in pain. All right, anything else for you? We're very
No.
far away.
I'm
What is
good.
the range on your attacks?
120.
Oh yeah, Eldritch Blast
Well,
is real
dang.
long.
It sure is, Duncan, that you...
That's me. All right, Duncan's drawing his sword. You know, he's gonna give him a couple of twists with it, kind of like stretching a little bit. Doesn't want to pull anything, and then he's gonna just start running. Move, dash, all the way up to the spider. And that's
Okay.
his turn.
Spider?
Or sorry, the rat. He's at 7 health.
Okay. Alright.
Uh-oh. Oh no, it ticked down.
Don't worry about
Oh, the
that.
timer. Don't ask about the giant timer in the middle of the screen. It's not meant for you.
Worry
Pay no
not.
attention.
I'm timing my pizza.
Amazing. Yes, so, what's next? What's next? Anything else for you, Duncan?
Nope, that's Duncan's turn.
That'll be Run then,
Uh,
with Thane on deck.
Brun's gonna move up, and I would like to, seeing like that shout of pain and seeing the foot kind of spasming, I want to shove. I want to shove this guy prone. So it's an unarmed strike. Target must succeed on a strength or dex saving throw. Their choice. And they, the DC is 8 plus 3 plus... DC is 13. Trying to shove him prone onto the ground.
Okay. I'm adjusting my camera. I am so sorry. Diddly do. This is against the individual.
Against the elf, the problem elf with the knife and the gnarled
Problem
fingers.
child.
The guy in
And-
charge.
You said the save was strength or dex?
Strength or dex, their choice. Target is 13.
That is a 17. You go to push
Woof.
them, and they kind of dip the shoulder as your hand pushes through, and you do not manage your shove.
Bonus action.
Kind of like snarls at you a little bit, offended that you would dare intervene.
You really need to, have more of these friends. They're not watching your back very well. And just, still, pushing towards him, trying to get him to back up. But I'm out of movement, and I missed my attack, so I can't do any of my other cool stuff. But definitely trying to, be the focus of attention.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Yeah. And he kind of he sneers at you. More friends? and he begins to change. He starts sprouting hair all along his skin. His teeth elongate just a bit. Ears enlargen and round out. A tail sprouts out behind him as well. And he grows hunched, looming. This is a were-rat.
Shouldn't have.
See, this isn't.
He's the biggest rat that makes all the rules.
Oh my
This
god.
this isn't. This isn't more friends. This is just an ugly friend.
And with that, let's see,
This is just too much time on Reddit.
That.
Oh no, he's an incel.
Oh no! All right,
You don't
and
you don't want to kill this guy. Whose birthday is it?
he just makes more.
Oh, he does make
Three
more
rats.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does pull in a couple extra friends. Let me make sure that everything is set there properly. Do that and that. I really need to get a second monitor for this setup. I used to just hook up to the TV as well, but it's less comfortable. So yes, he is now looming much closer to your height. More friends. And the giant rats are going to take their turns as well. So the two in the back, they were called in. They will not have an action this turn. However, this one will be going for your ankles, Duncan.
Oh, my ankles.
How's an 18 feel?
Hey, it meets it beats it.
That is 5 damage to your ankles.
All right. My ankles.
It goes kind of for the Achilles. Trying to get in under there.
Takes a chunk out of it. I only got 2 health left.
What?
Meta. Duncan's not looking
boy.
great.
I'm not. I've been bitten up. Getting old.
Navos, that's you. I love this rap battle
wasn't
music.
Thane-
It's great.
Yeah.
Wasn't Thane before Davos?
No, Thane was before the adversaries. We skipped Thane because he was on top of the deck. I'm so sorry.
Didn't they just have a
Dang it!
that's okay. I knew mine was coming up soon. I wasn't sure how many.
because
I'm
Thane had
gonna
an
move. 5, 1, 2,
Retcon.
3. I'm gonna move 4 blocks to my left, so I'm like behind the table. And I'm
Okay.
going to fire again with my crossbow or my short bow at this new rat that is closest to me. That's
Okay.
going to be that's an 8.
No.
Nope. And I just want to yell to this dude. She sold you out. That's my turn.
Yes. All right. That is Navos.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. We'll move up there. Take a shot at this rat. Try to help.
You are shooting through Duncan
Oh, I'll move up.
Please don't
at
shoot
a
me.
small creature.
Please don't shoot me.
Is that all right?
Yes. Yes.
That is a dirty 20.
Filthy.
Just absolutely nasty.
Naughty little 20.
That is
Ew.
6 force damage.
My ears. Blech. All right. Yeah, a sizable hit as your blast kind of swoops around Duncan a little bit. And the rat is now... It's glitching in a way that you're kind of seeing different layers of it, which is very unsettling to see the inside and outside of a rat at the same time.
Was this rat eating cake and ice cream? Is this Michael?
No. That's a reference I don't understand.
Really? You made a
Anyway.
good reference.
What?
Whoa, maybe we were thinking of two different things.
Did I? I don't know what I referenced. Anyway, anything else for Navos?
No, I'm good.
All right. That brings us to Duncan, and at this point, you can hear Armor and Hustle approaching your location. It sounds as though you are not alone entirely in this fight.
All right.
You do have backup coming.
Is that what the timer is? I'm guessing, or is that like, can I
Yeah.
go and just like summon them?
The timer is
Okay.
for your backup.
Perfect. So then Duncan is just gonna kind of flex out his sword muscles and see if he still got it. And I'm gonna
Do he
strike
got
on the
it?
rat in front. Let's see. We're about to find out if he got it. This is a got it roll. Oh, he doesn't got it.
don't gots
That's a 7.
Oh, buddy.
I was better with a club. I should have dropped the sword.
Yeah, the weight of the sword is somewhat unfamiliar in your hand at this moment. Like, you have not seen active combat in a very long while.
Also, my hand
Nothing-
was burnt when I grabbed
Nothing quite
that
like
thing.
this.
So, well, I'm chalking it up to that. When
Yeah, everything
yep.
is uncomfy right now.
my hand's a little burnt. So, give me some grace, guys.
You're also, like, bleeding out.
I'm also like bleeding
We're
out from
having
my
a real
ankles.
bad time.
He got your Achilles pretty good, so, like, it's hard to stand. Your stance is off. Anyway.
Yeah, so he's gonna miss.
That's all going on. Okie doke.
Yep, that's it. Because I have
Just
no
for
spell
you?
slots.
That's a Brun.
Before we start, I would like to point out that the stall to the south of us says "run and help" on it in little blocks, and that's both incredible and horrifying.
good.
What? No.
Oh,
T.
That's either incredible attention to detail or an incredible attention to detail from whoever made the asset. All things aside, I'm going to with our ugly rat friend, since the shove didn't work and now he's on par with me, just going to, like, as he's sort of like kind of snarling up in mirror, goes, and just wind up a headbutt and just just bring my head down on top of his snoot.
Not the snoot. Roll for snoot.
The old snoot scoot.
Ooh,
Boop,
17
that snoot.
plus 5.
Oh yeah.
22.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The snoot was not prepared for the booping.
For 10 bludgeoning.
Oh. Ouch.
Just crunch.
Yeah, you feel the bone and cartilage in the front of this rat man's face cave beneath the force of your forehead.
Um, As he's sort of staggering back, bonus action, I would like to attempt to grapple. Specifically, I want to grab him around the throat to prevent any magical nonsense. And also, he's less of a problem if he can't breathe.
That's true.
I will say that with grapple, it's going to take more than one round for you to, like, get a good choke on him.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
I could do the choke. I'll do the choke next round. This round, I just want, like, a good fistful of his, of his tunic and just give me a good old fistful of the man.
One coin.
I'm gonna use my inspiration because that was a 14. I don't think that's gonna.
I have not revealed my role yet.
This is a hint.
My
just
current
saying.
role for Mr. Reroll Man. My current athletics, I've got another 22. If you
You wanna
want,
know what I got?
Navos, if you want to burn the make her
You
reroll.
wanna know what
it.
I got? I got something.
There's something here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could tell you right here, right now.
But then I can't do the reroll.
Uh-huh.
This is either a 1 or a 20.
It's gonna be a really bad roll that she's playing him.
Yeah, let's use it. Go ahead. Please reroll for me.
Ooh. That's an 8.
What was it?
Man, alright.
What was
So
the
you do get
original?
the grapple. Oh, you don't get to know that.
Aw, damn.
Aw.
This is lame. I'm calling it.
Bye! I gotta have some fun messing with you guys. Can't all be
Yeah.
in game.
But yeah,
Is that it for
crunches-
you?
crunches his muzzle, and as he's staggering, just like both hands up, grabbing a hair and tunic, and just like get him up off the ground, just like face to face with me.
Nice. That would bring us to Thane.
Yep.
Yep.
The rat
so,
man is choking on his own blood at the moment.
Thane's gonna close the distance even more. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All the way to the rat. And
The giant rat or the rat man?
the giant rat.
Just checking.
So on top of.
Wait.
This one?
there.
No. Yeah. That one. Yep.
Okay.
And that's going. Oh, that sucks so hard. A 10 to hit.
You go to swing at this thing, and it has seen what you can do and dodges out of the way.
Okay. And then my bonus would have been switching between the bow and my sickle. My melee weapons. But last time I had yelled out, she sold you out, and this time I'm yelling out, she told us exactly where to find you.
Ooh, okay. Can you roll for me a deception?
And I wait until the punchline.
Sure.
I wait until I have a thing for next round, and I want to be able to roll it then, if I can.
Okay. Sure. All right, that brings us around to the adversaries. So I will start with the bitty rats. The bitey rats.
Bitty bitty rats.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
they're actually, no, we'll leave them right here. So Duncan, you're very close.
Mhm.
And they're smelling blood.
There's
And
a lot of
because
blood.
Pack tactics. They have
Like shark.
advantage.
No.
That is a 6.
That
to
is
hit
enough.
you.
18.
It goes for a similar bite and catches your greave. This one that you've been damaging will do the same. It goes for the bite, and it's a nat 20.
Oh no.
So, for a total of 24. So that is 4 damage to Duncan.
Well, that's enough to take me down.
Would you like to describe the attack that takes you down?
I don't know if I want to. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. We did this whole build-up thing. We did it. You saluted me. Then I got bit in the ankles by a couple of rats.
Actually, it was the same rat both times.
The same rat made me
The other one
twice.
missed.
This is the BBEG. This is the arch nemesis.
Yeah, it's
It's
whatever
the minions.
Little spiders and a little mud.
you can find. Yeah, so like Duncan, he kind of runs in there, swings his sword. He's missing, he's not. His eyes are kind of trying to pick these smaller targets. They're not as reflexive as they used to be. And without even really noticing it, these rats get up to him, and they just start gnawing at his ankles, and he's bleeding. He took a lot of damage from those spiders. Their venom is kind of like taking root. This armor is heavy. He's not so used to it, and he kind of just faints. He just blackouts, and he falls to the ground.
Brun, next to you, Duncan goes down. You hear his armor hit the ground.
Ugh.
Now
I gotta roleplay being unconscious.
Yeah. So we'll come back around to you.
Little power nap.
Oh, where is it? Hold on, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to find a thing. Oh no.
Can't remember if I start my death saving throws
no.
now or
Oh,
next turn.
Duncan remembers rule number 4 as he falls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh.
That brings us to Navos.
Turns have been tabled.
The turns have been tabled.
I will say I think Rule 91 applies more, but Rule 4 does work as well.
Beware of limitation. I don't know 4. Do you guys have 4?
I don't have 4. What was 91?
Beware your limitations.
I don't have
not have
4.
Nobody should have 4. The only person that has 4 is Alexis.
I'm special. Navos, what are you doing?
He
I saw
likes
you
me
move.
more.
Yeah, moving up a little bit. I'll take a shot at this rat again. That's 21.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
It'll do.
Ooh, that's 13 force.
Ooh,
Holy
rat
shit.
blasted. Which one was it? The one that took Duncan down, or the one off to the side?
The one that took Duncan down.
Not that it. Okay. Yeah, that rat was looking real bad anyway. You've just erased it.
Popping so
gone.
It was switching between seeing the different layers to splattered. So, Red
Inside
X. Boop. Phenomenal. Oh yeah, I guess I can put a Red X on Duncan right now. Tee.
You don't have to.
Nah, he's dead. He's gone.
He's dead!
Oh, sorry, did I not mention that part?
There's no death saving throws, you're just dead.
Frickin'. I forgot the attacks for the other ones as well. So Navos, you did manage to get that one, but I do need to finish up the other individuals as part of the adversary. I'm learning, friends. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
So, Were-Rat, your grip on him, Brun, has him enraged, and
Good.
he's struggling to speak at the moment. You have crushed his face in quite a bit. There's a lot of blood, and all he says to you,
The age of man is over. We have seen to it.
and he will try to bite you once again.
He's not wrong. I am the only, human man. And I did fall. I was the first one to fall.
I'm a human man. I'm just a big
Oh.
human man.
Oh, I thought you were half Goliath or something.
Nope. I'm just a
That
very
is
large
a-
human.
That is a 22 to hit.
Absolutely it hits. My AC is 8.
Yeah, I know. So that's 4 damage.
Perfect.
And then, since he's got multi-attack, that is a 20 to hit.
Also hits.
For another 5 damage.
Okay.
So he sinks his teeth as well as he can into your shoulder. Same spot that the person from the bar fight was digging in. It is tender. It does not feel good. And then sticks a short sword into your thigh as well. And the other giant rat real quick. Doodly doo, doo doo. That is a 13 to hit you, Thane.
Oh, that misses.
Okay. It goes for a bite and hits your armor. We did Navos, so that is Duncan. As Duncan has gone down, that armor, that clanging, that clatter that you heard is approaching. The guard has arrived. I'm not going to put him on the screen. There is a sizable force. You have held these attackers off long enough that help can arrive to overwhelm them. The guards in the door shout to their comrades, bringing them up to speed on the situation. Brun, you do still have the were-rat in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 remaining rats, giant rats. Would you guys like to do anything to them? They are officially subdued, if you so choose it. Otherwise, Duncan is making a saving throw.
I'm gonna go and just like put the hand under, like one hand on the chest, one hand on the throat, and Brun was just gonna carry the dude and like pin him against the cart, until he stops fighting.
Okay.
Not intending to kill, but definitely rendered inert and unconscious if necessary.
Okay. Anyone else?
If we don't have to worry about the rats, I was just planning on trying to help Duncan. I don't know if this... Because I know you can do it in, like, Baldur's Gate 3. Can you do that in-game? To where he doesn't have to... Stabilize.
Yeah, you
Medicine
can do
check.
a stabilized, which I believe is a medicine check.
DC
so
10.
as the were-rat goes unconscious, the giant rats are going to scurry away and try to escape, if you guys let them.
Before he loses consciousness, I did want to say one final thing.
Mm-hmm. Get your
Then
punchline
literally
in.
him.
punch him.
I would say that you should have seen her face the moment she betrayed you. But I could just show you. And Thane will pull his helmet off, and as he pulls it off, his face will change to the face of the woman he had seen right after that explosion. And she looks super smug.
There's an effect to what you're doing, correct?
It's just an ability. That's just what I'm just making myself look
Okay.
like her.
Alright. Yeah. As the light is leaving his eyes while Brun cuts off his air supply, there's a gleam to the rat-like eyes of this man.
Nice try.
And he passes out. Nevos, your check. You need to make a healing 10, I believe.
That's 12.
Medicine 10. Okay, yeah. Duncan, you do not need to make any saving throws. You are stabilized. Darn.
So, with Thane's helmet off, do I recognize the face he's wearing?
Thane, are you doing just the face or all features of the head?
All features, everything, but I'm still wearing my armor and everything. Just the helmet's off.
So, Yeah, Brun, you do recognize this individual as the one who was walking away while
Do I
you were
recognize-
dazed. The one
'Cause
that
I-
disappeared.
Because I don't think I saw her.
No,
I was-
but you saw the back of her.
Okay, but this is not the woman from my the woman I caught stealing on my first day.
No.
Great. Check that person off my list of suspects. Not a problem.
Well, we thought we'd have a better chance interrogating him if he thought he was undermined by people he was working with, but he didn't seem to buy it.
Are we still interrogating? Because
I
I
think
can
we
just keep
should.
squeezing.
I think that would be cool too, but you might be able to teach us a thing or two. If the threats have been taken care of here.
Yeah, and at this point, the guard have gathered. There are injured that are being taken away. They're heading toward more of the center of town, toward the temple district. Smaller wounds are being patched where they can be, and the two guards that were holding out, there's a sizable pile of giant rats kind of surrounding this area. So they were... The main guy that's in Brun's hands didn't seem to want to attack directly, but was guiding quite a force against the people in this tavern. And as people are being hauled out, you actually all see Selma and Benny. Selma is looking a little worse for wear. She's got kind of... It almost looks like bark growing in patches on her skin. She's kind of struggling, gasping a little bit. She probably took a hit here or there. And Benny is kind of draped over her shoulder. You assume it's Benny because that's what she's saying. Benny, come on. I need you. Don't you give up on me. And she's just kind of that repetitious, trying to keep somebody awake type speaking, right? And the individual she's holding up, Benny, is shifting. Like, features are kind of growing, shifting, changing, color and shape and size. If you've ever seen like an octopus change color and texture like rapidly, it almost looks like that, but with humanoid features. It's very similar to what Thane just did. And Selma is going to continue trying to carry Benny, along with the guard that is escorting all of these people toward what is probably going to be the more safe location.
Can we help? Asking Selma. I'm still wearing the face of this other woman.
And her head whips to you. Startled, she wasn't really paying any attention to what's going on. This is the most off you've ever seen her. Granted, you haven't met her very many times. What do you mean? I don't know what to do.
We can heal a little bit. Having, with me being who I am, do I notice anything like... Is this... Whatever he's experiencing, does that seem familiar to me?
This is not something that you've ever experienced. As you look closer at Benny, you see something that reminds you of Pyvel. The undertracing of kind of darkened veins pulsing beneath the skin. Well, if you can heal, then heal him. Fix him.
Is he going to explode? Do I get the impression that he's about to go supernova here in the middle of town?
You don't know if he'll explode. There's no, like, radiant heat coming off of him.
Could Duncan kind of like take his vitals to see how he's doing. Like, is his blood pressure through the roof? Is he like? Can I just do like a quick like first aid check over?
I think. Aren't
So,
you still,
real quick, you're still
stable but
unconscious. I believe unconscious lasts for like 1d4 hours when you've been stabilized, unless somebody heals you.
Yes.
So you are still on the ground. So no, you cannot check his vitals.
Can I check him from
Focus on your
from my
own.
dream?
You can astral project.
Yeah.
It does not do much for you.
No, Thane actually, seeing Duncan is down, that would have been the priority. So Thane is going to use their last point in Lay on Hands to wake up Duncan.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
How-
I think it stabilizes me at 2.
How?
When you wake up, there I am, and I look hot.
Duncan is confused why this woman is now
Oh no, he's hot.
reviving me.
I got the vapors.
Duncan has
Duncan faints
no
again.
desire for women.
Duncan faints again.
Oh.
How visible are the veins on?
They are not as drastic as Pivel's was. They precede these changes. So they pulse out, and like a ripple, the features shift behind them. It's not like instant, like click, 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 click,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of like a here, kind of in time with a heartbeat. A little faster than a typical resting heartbeat, probably, but not racing the way Pivel's was. Breathing
Navos, if you had a
is
hand in-
ragged.
If you had a hand in doing so,
Benny
then is there something you can do?
Yeah, looking back, has Navos ever seen anything like this?
No,
Besides,
other than Pivel, no.
other than Pivel? Yeah.
Navos, does it look like what happened to the druids?
Oh no, wait, yeah. Sorry, apologies. You would have also seen it with Jurgensen.
Okay. And then.
But you were actively trying not to look at Jurgensen, so
Yeah.
I don't
and
know how
then
much you would have taken in.
Same thing with the druids. Did they just look sick, or did they also have these veins?
So, with the druids, the rest of the druids, you didn't get very close to them before they hustled off.
Hmm.
And you weren't really looking very closely, so I'll say... What's a remember check?
History, maybe?
Stream.
Or just intelligence?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me an
Maybe-
intelligence.
I feel like he's proficient in recalling memory.
That's
But it's
makes
the
you
real
feel-
memory.
Say that again, Derek.
18.
As much as you tried not to witness it, you did note faintly. Some of them did start showing signs of those veins, those pulsating veins of darkness beneath their skin. Some began sprouting leaves or patches of fur here or there, and then they hustled away.
This may be from my hand, but this is the first time I've seen it. A couple people, but every change seems to be different. Between Jurgensen, the druids, and Pivar, and what's happening now. I do not know what will happen.
Thane's going to turn back into the version of themselves that you guys are most familiar with, and the version that Selma knows. Selma, everyone else that we've seen this happen to has become different and dangerous.
What do you mean? What's going on with Benny?
Benny might not be Benny for long.
That's nothing unusual. He does this, well, not this, but he changes.
This is different.
That's part of who he is.
If there's anything that you want to
You
say
said
to
you could
Benny,
heal him.
Healing will only
We
make
don't
it
think-
worse.
We don't think we
What do
can
you mean healing will make it worse? You said you could heal him, so heal him. And she's
can't.
kind of like shaking your shoulder, or like trying to grab onto your little your scarf, or like the front of your armor,
Selma,
to
if
bring you
there's
closer.
anything you want to say to Benny, now is the time to say it, because you will regret for a long time not saying it when you had the chance.
And her mouth is agape. Her jaw is open. There is so much stress built up in her that she's lost for words. She's trying to get the words out. She's looking at you, looking around at all of you and how solemn you seem, and looking to Benny breathing ragged on her shoulder. I can't do this without him. I need him. What's gonna happen to Benny? What's gonna happen to him?
Kane's not going to say anything, but they are going to pull out their hammer and sickle.
No. You ain't gonna touch him. You ain't gonna touch him. And she's gonna start trying to shuffle him away again. She thought you guys could help, but she no longer believes that. And she's gonna try and move with everyone else.
Brun's going to just drop the unconscious cultist. And catch up to them. Sable. Find Vox.
Who?
The pendant. Get out of the city.
No, wait, no. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Sable,
Selma.
right? That's her name?
Selma?
Selma. Fuck.
Sable is
Selma.
in DVD.
It is in DVD. You're right. I want to like go up to Selma, and like take some of Benny's weight, and like sort of turn her. Get him out of the
You-
city.
You try to reach for him, and she'll slap your hand. None of you are gonna touch him. He's gonna be fine. No thanks to
out.
any of you.
If you get out of the city, he will be.
Is that a promise from your gardener?
That's a
I
promise
did
from
what I was
me.
asked.
You did. And that's why this is a promise from me. And if I'm wrong, you go to him and you tell him I wronged you, and he'll make it right.
Make for me a persuasion check.
Oh, that jumped out of the tray.
Doesn't count.
Nope. Sure doesn't. It's 15?
It's hard to tell how much she believes you. She's distraught, obviously. Her world is crashing down around her. As kind of standoffish and moderately aggressive as she is normally, in the face of losing Benny, all of that is gone. She's terrified. She wants to believe you. That something can be okay. You're not quite sure if she does.
Just gonna whisper to Brun that this is a mistake. If they go and that changes, and she is doomed, and maybe more people too.
They're gonna resume
live with
walking away.
I know. But there was,
Thane. Go ahead. Sorry.
there's nothing else we can do. A little bit of hope
Thane
keeps
goes-
you moving.
Thane goes to like take a step to follow, and then stops, just remembering like all the beautiful things they had created, the two of them, and just what an end to them would mean as far as the things that they created and those things no longer being made. And they just run, and they're going to turn around and walk back to the unconscious cultist here. Just let them go.
They'll listen to you better. See if you can flag down a guard if they've got anything that we can give Duncan. Get him on his feet.
I'll do that.
make my way over to the cultist and Nevos and Duncan.
Yeah, I'll flag down some guards and see if we can get some to come over and assist.
Easy enough. Well, moderately. They are all occupied, trying to get other people out, but seeing injured, you can get at least one to come over and help you. And there's not much that the guard are able to do. They don't typically have like healing spells and such. And you'd imagine by this
Potions, right?
point, potions are not very common. They're also very expensive. You'd imagine by this point, a lot of avenues have been used. But he will at least help Duncan up and do kind of a once-over to check on him.
Can we possibly glean any news from him as far as like
Yeah.
orders he's received, or
Yeah.
whether the tide is changing across the city?
Duncan will muddle out. Rally point.
Let the sergeants talk.
Designated rally point.
The temple.
Temple.
The
Okay.
temple. It's where the healers are. It's where the clerics are, and that so far has been the best holdout.
Okay. Okay. Is there any knowledge of? Sorry, I'm just.
And he offers you some water
Oh,
to
I'll
help
take a
clear your
swig.
throat. Wash you up a little bit.
Do we have any idea where these attacks are coming from? Is there a target of any kind?
We haven't found any particular zones or anything that are more affected than others. So far, it's everywhere.
All right.
Comes and goes in waves. One finishes, another starts. Nevos, while they're talking, what are you doing?
He's gone. In a way.
Honestly,
There.
taking it all in for a little bit, but is going to go inside. Write in his journal.
As
For-
you're passing by the cultist on the ground, You take a brief look, and as you're turning away, you see one of the giant rats scooch over. And it breaks the pendant into the were-rat's mouth. A few seconds later, the giant rat dies.
Okay.
You don't see the were-rat die just yet, unless you would have stopped to look. But you did see what the giant rat did.
Okay. Does it stay or does it end up leaving?
It starts walking away, scuttling away again, and you see it just drop over.
I'd like to inspect the pendant.
Yeah. Give me a little inspection, investigation.
Taste it.
Yeah.
It tastes like almonds.
It's kind of fruity.
That's a 10.
You kind of fish into the were-rat's mouth a little bit to get the remains of this pendant. It's splinters of bone that are carved with kind of jagged, swirling patterns. The metal piece that you saw kind of flash, glint in the sunlight, that part's gone. You're not sure where that's gone. Whether it stayed with the giant rat or what. It's covered in the blood of this man's snout that Brun so helpfully bashed in.
Very helpful.
Shards of the pendant are mixed with the shards of teeth that he had left. It's really hard to make anything else out.
So it doesn't look like there was like a powder or anything that it emptied.
It's really hard to tell.
Okay.
What are you writing in your journal? And roll a d12 to see how many pages you fill.
Yeah. Writing down forget this day. That's 9.
That's even more pages than the chairs.
But I want to rip one of them out. Draw the sigil that we have on our bodies and leave it on the table. And then I just want to walk away while the group is
And
busy.
for right there, I think that is a good place for some bio break and things.
Thank you, Bye-Break.
Thank you, friends, for your patience. We'll come back in. How much time do we need? 10, 15 for car shuffle?
Like 10.
12. Like,
Oh.
if we're
15
back by
it
like
is.
9:15, we can be back and running.
We'll say 56 minutes.
9:15.
Copy 9.
See you in a bit, friends.
Oh, welcome back, sir.
Nobody's back except for me, except for I never left.
I've been here the whole time.
Hold on.
So I think magic is fucked.
Yeah, it's
I
best that
think-
we just avoid it from now on.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
going to start a avoid list. Rats, spiders, magic.
magic in general.
Yeah.
Well, if I were
Not
a
needed.
devious GM,
What
and
do I
also
do?
with the information that Brun has pulled in, I feel like the temple's about to be a very unpleasant place to be.
Unfortunately, however, that seems to be where everybody else is.
Yeah.
Like, can we just let that go? I can't. I have a clause. I signed a contract. I can't
Yeah.
not. But, yeah, something's about to happen in that temple.
I think if because did we know if Billy Bob Thornton, Selma's partner,
Benny.
Benny? Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I'm trash with names today.
I know them all.
If Benny is like magical, like a changeling in some way.
She did say that she shifts, she changes. I interpreted that as like a druidic craft,
Mm-hmm.
but
But still, I don't know like if that's innately magical.
mhm.
Or
But we
what.
did find out that shapeshifters do exist because we saw Thane, a resident shapeshifter, shapeshift.
Mm,
So we know
we
that
do.
they exist. Now we can stop talking about them.
I am. Anyway,
Hello.
yeah,
You
let's
guys still
talk
have
about
fucking-
other people we dislike a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I can come back
I'm
later.
right here. Jeez.
Oh fuck. Well, listen, the plot's already
I've been
written.
here
and
the whole time.
I'm imagining Alexis just cackling to Alexis, you're just cackling to yourself as I'm like, I think the temple's a bad place to. It's gonna be real bad.
I have not
Yeah, it
been
just-
here the whole time. I just got back a moment
Spoilers.
ago, and
I
I'm still
think
eating
that-
food.
I think the temple's about to be a really bad time.
Yeah.
I'm working my way through the Oblivion remaster, and
As
there
am
was
I.
a slaughter that took place in the temple in that one city. I don't know. I'm not there yet, but all the guards keep.
Which one
talking
is
about
Oblivion?
it. It's the one before
The
Skyrim.
third one. Fourth one.
There's 4. Yeah,
4. It's 4. Tomorrow is 3.
That was right.
Daggerfall is
4
2.
of what?
Arena is 1.
Elder
Of the
Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, because the Daedra are opening portals and invading. Like hell is literally coming out to say hello. Patrick Stewart is in the game for about 10 minutes.
So Sean Bean.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Sean Bean
that's
is
everything.
Marlon Septim. Yeah, he's Septim, right? He's a duty sacre. He dies at the end.
Sean Bean is
Spoilers.
Martin. Yes.
Martin Septim.
Martin Septim.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Uriel Septim's bastard son. Sent to the nunnery.
Get thee to a nunnery.
He was
One
trying to
minute.
escape the map.
No.
Brun's
Trying to be
making
disowned by his dad.
a run for
Um,
it.
Well, quick, while they're not watching.
Quick, everyone scatter! Their cyanide pill cultist.
Yeah.
We assumed. But do you know what happens when you assume?
They fucking die.
Everybody dies.
I should have just kept squeezing.
The results would have been the same. When it out, squeeze it out.
Don't force it. When in doubt, put something
Nope.
under. Lift the knees.
Squeeze it out.
Squatty
Be a
potty.
man.
That is not going on the list.
Which rule is that, Duncan?
102.
When in doubt, squeeze it out.
102. I actually have one that starts with when in a doubt, but it does not end with squeeze it out.
Does it rhyme though?
Nope.
Add it to the list.
Rule 55 if you're looking up Alexis.
All right, I have consumed enough.
Good.
We're all back on time. Look at you guys.
Look at me.
Look at him. All right. So, Navos. Since Derek is distracted, you said you were planning to walk away.
Yeah. Walking away, but not
Where are you
sure.
going? Where are you intending to go?
Intending to try to see Jurgensen and possibly the druids one more time, and then I think just leaving after that.
Do you know where they are?
I know the guards were taking the druids, and then I guess just back to where Jurgensen was beforehand.
Okay.
Feeling.
So you want to head out front and follow the guards that were taking the crowd of people out?
Yeah, I'd assume they'd probably be going to the same location.
Yeah, easy enough. You can follow the crowd. The rest of you see Navos following along, as it seems he likes to do.
They needs to see the stable, see if there's anyone there.
You're in a party split.
Because Duncan still was talking with the sergeant, or with the most senior guard that was there.
Yeah, we're off to just kind of discussing this
Right.
and that. And
Brun's gonna take this chance to run inside the White Hart and get whatever possessions, specifically his chainmail, whatever possessions Vox didn't take. Hoping that he left at least one of the wands for Brun, but knowing that that's a 50-50. But definitely getting chainmail, a couple of other possessions out of the room.
So Navos, Brun, and Thane all stayed at the White Hart overnight. Did anyone else leave stuff in their rooms that they would like to collect
Thane
before
may-
leaving?
They may have left a couple things. They'll grab that before they go to.
Navos travels light, and the note, by the way, from the journal, I wanted to make it obvious for everyone that walks in.
Yeah, Brun. Brun and
wasn't sure.
Thane, you're able
wasn't
to
sure if
wander
this-
through. Go ahead.
I wasn't sure this was happening while 9 pages of notes were being filled out.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah, you see-
scratch.
You see
Yeah.
Navos scrawling
It was-
in his journal.
Brun has
you
a
go
split
inside.
second of being like, I'm gonna leave him to it, and then go upstairs and get my stuff. And I feel like I come down. By the time I come back, the pendant is broken. And whether or not Navos is there,
So, donning armor, I believe, takes 10 minutes.
okay.
yes.
So yeah,
So, yeah. In that time, Navos can have finished his scrawling and
yeah,
left the note.
Will,
Thane, I don't know how timing works out for what you're doing, going up to your room. Are you
No,
spending any time up
they-
there?
No,
Take
just
a
like
nap.
30 seconds at most. Yeah, just to grab a couple
Navos
items.
is still
one item.
scrawling, in that case. When you come back through. Give me 1 second. I had like 3 little tidbits of noodle left.
Yeah, let those go to
So,
waste.
since it's a 50-50 shot, Curtis, You want to roll me a 1d100?
$45.
You enter the room, hoping that Vox has pulled through. Everything is undisturbed in the room. The case that you collected, the cigar box that you got from Selma, is not there. Only your own belongings are in the room.
The gift for Mahir, is that also gone?
That is there.
Brun throws on his chainmail, where putting the chainmail underneath his current clothes, and you can see even more scars on the exposed parts of him. Throws a light go bag together, and looks at the case that has the toy in it for Mahir.
Just looking at it.
There's a long weighing gesture. Remind me how big the case is?
I'd say about a foot by 8 inches by
Okay.
about 8.
Okay. He sets the bag down, pulls out a change of clothes, like some extraneous belongings, so that he can fit that case in his bag. Pack some stuff around it to keep it safe, and then we'll head back downstairs.
When you go to grab the box and you lift it up, you feel the weight shift inside it. And then it shifts again, kind of in the other direction. And there is a scrabbling sound. And it becomes more agitated as you kind of shake it around a little bit.
Brun's gonna open it.
Yeah. The
Just
lid
like-
comes off. And there is a small metal dragon in the box. Just like you left it. But it pulls itself out of the box. It's not perfectly moving. It's not graceful the way the light had kind of shimmered off of those ones that were on display.
Mm-hmm.
But it is ambulatory. Ambulatory. There we go. There's the word. It is moving. And, like, scrabbles out of the box. Tries to flap its wings and starts flailing as the wings don't catch it. And, like, falls halfway down the box.
Brun's gonna hold out a hand to catch it, and speak in Draconic. Hello, little one. Do you understand me?
You catch it, and it turns its head as though it is taking your words in. And looking closer, there's a bit of a light coming from inside it. Like where a heart would be, there's a bit of a glow. And you see that glow appear in the eyes as it focuses on you. Or just kind of lights up a little bit, turns the head, tilts it just a little, looking at you. It's trying to stand still, but kind of like Navos's magic. It's glitching a little bit, where like the nerves kind of ping here or there, and it kind of jerks a little bit as it's trying to hold still, looking at you.
Do I get the impression that it's alive, or is this like part of the the way it is rigged up?
You have no idea. You didn't see any of the other ones
Okay.
doing any of this,
Um,
but
I will keep holding. He's like, it's okay. Come on, and hold out my hand for it to step onto.
and it kind of gingerly releases the box and claws all the way down the side of it to pop into your hand. The head twitches a little bit, the tail, flick of the wing, and it looks at you.
This is weird. And I will sort of cradle it in my two hands, grab my bag, and mosey downstairs and go, Nevos!
Am I still there?
Oh no.
Did I
Hello?
leave? Was that me kicked?
Oh, everything was bad for a second.
Yeah,
Oh, it wasn't just me.
Wait, oh, everybody
Okay,
got it.
I got kicked. I was like, everybody's
I got-
freezing up. Like, oh shit, I'm missing what he was saying.
It was so
All right.
funny. Last thing I heard was Brun be like, Navos, and then Derek was just sitting there, and I was like, Derek, are you gonna say anything?
I thought everyone was I come down and the house is completely barren and empty, and I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, they essentially
No,
yeah,
so
called
you came downstairs, called for Navos. Navos is gone at this point. Thane, you are already outside. If you care, you see Navos walk out as well and start following the guard that is escorting, kind of the tail end of the guard that's escorting this crowd of people. You count 20, 25 people that they're helping out.
What'd you say?
Where are you going?
To say goodbye.
Don't you think maybe it's a little suspicious for you to be wandering off when you were under the suspicion of the rest of us?
Yes, but it is more careful than to stay.
We are heading to a nearby stable to see if the family is still there. If you come with us, then we can go with you to the temple or wherever you're going. But we don't trust you to go alone. Anywhere. Not right now.
I'm sorry, but there is not much else I can do. If I stay here with you or anybody else here, it is going to get worse than it is now.
We think maybe you misunderstood. We weren't offering a choice. You are coming with us, and then we will go wherever you want to go. But you are not leaving the rest of us and going alone.
I start walking.
Yes. I am so weak. I can't do anything right now. I am so hurt.
Walking where, Navos? Are you complying?
No. Like,
sound like it.
opposite direction at this point.
Do-
Go ahead.
Does Navos hear Brun calling his name from inside the White Hart?
Not yet.
Okay, copy.
Thane?
Thane's gonna pull out his javelin and throw it in front of Navos, so it sticks in the ground, in between where he is and where he's walking.
What is the typical attack roll for a javelin?
It's a dexterity. Like a
Can you
ranged
roll
attack.
that for me?
I sure can. Better not roll a natural one. Okay, that is a 16.
A little off to the side, but the point is made. One moment. Duncan, while you are chatting with the guard, are you paying any attention to what else is going on here?
I'm very loosely, not enough to like actually know what there's being said. I'll probably hear the javelin throw, and that would probably take my head over. But up until that point, I'm trying to get as much information from this guard as possible before I let him go on his way to continue.
What else would
So-
you like to know from him?
I'm just general information. What has he seen personally on his patrol route? Well, I know the rallying station is at the temple. Is there any areas that are being hit more than others? Is there any clear sign of like a leader to this attack action, or if it's just running chaos? And trying to kind of tap in as much as I can to whatever communiques that he has been receiving from his commanding officers.
Give me an investigation,
Absolutely.
just to see kind of how much information you can guide out of him.
Okay.
Or persuasion.
That is 13, because my investigation is a +0.
So from him, you learn Temple is the rally point. It seems like things are staying away from there, but they do have paladins on hand. The bishop and the... Hold on, sorry, I need to grab notes.
The lore document.
Yeah, basically.
I would assume that the bishop was at the temple or headed toward the temple or at some point going to the temple, and I know that as a destination for the holy symbol, so that's another motivator for Duncan to go to the temple and try to sway everybody to go to the temple.
Okay. So yes, the... It just stopped loading. Okay. The bishop was called into the temple. The paladin captain was also pulled in. The council was called, but this guard left before the council arrived. They've got several injured that they are trying to at least stabilize with what they have. There are a couple of paladins kind of keeping a perimeter around the temple area, just to make sure nothing does try to attack what is becoming a collection of people.
Yes.
There are parts of the city that they haven't seen or heard any hubbub from. They haven't really gone to check. But right now people are trying to flood out, and that's where they're focusing their energy, because it seems like these skirmishes are popping up near people.
Now, I do have a clarification question.
Yeah.
We're saying the word bishop. Is this different? Is the Bishop of Alreth different than the Archbishop Galrin
Yes.
that we were... Okay. That was my...
The Archbishop is located in a larger city. The Bishop is kind of an agent
I don't know if
under
he was-
the
Yeah, I don't know if he
Archbishop.
was in town for this festival or whatnot. Okay.
No. No.
All right.
That's why they send the
Pope
ASMR
doesn't go to
out.
the county fair.
Basically, they send the ASMR out as a show. Basically, the ASMR that are assigned to these duties are specifically raised to do this. type of work where they go out and they put on a good show for the people.
Yes. All right. With all that information, can go to the. Now Duncan is turning his head to look at this. Now javelins shaking out of the ground.
Yep, it kind of clatters across the flagstones. These,
Yeah.
Thane, you can feel the blood dripping from you. That spider venom kind of working its way through your body. Not enough to
See.
permanently do anything, but it's got you a little off kilter. By this point, the sun is a little past its zenith and beating down, and the heat is hitting you, and just everything hurts. And you throw this javelin toward Navos, watching it not land quite where you wanted it, but not hitting him.
He's trying to leave. I'm gonna yell like back to Duncan, knowing that he's back there
What
without
are you
us.
doing?
Leave where? We don't know what's going on. We don't know where to go. Where could you possibly be heading?
You hear Brun shout from inside the tavern. Brun, you do see a note left on the table, a very obvious note. A page from Navos' book.
I hear the shout. I'm going to ignore it. At this point now, I don't think I'm going to go to Jurgensen. I think I'm just going to try to leave. You don't know what you're doing. The more I'm here, the more that's going to be caused.
Why are you saying? What do you know about the connection between you and this, whatever this is happening? And I'm gonna kind of like gesture to the guard to he can go along his way, and I'll give him a little salute, and I'll start walking towards Davos.
When you turned your attention away from him, he already was moving.
Perfect.
They are hurried, these lot.
This has been happening for quite some time.
This happened before?
Yes, it's never been this bad. But they interfered with the illusion. I don't know why, but
Cultists?
no, I don't know what that was. But I think the song... They think I'm mocking them.
Who are you talking about?
What song?
Is Diddy.
Yeah.
When he played before everything fell to shit. Is it the temple you're going to right now?
I was going to see Jurgensen. If I could see the druids, if not, I'm leaving. I can't.
Well,
I
it sounds
can't-
like
I can't go to the temple.
We don't know if Jurgensen turned back into Jurgensen again. For all we know, she's still a monster out there. You know, whatever that is. We have real lives of people that need to be assessed first.
And I hope you do, but I'm worried if I go there, this is going to be caused again.
But you see, the thing is, it seems like you don't understand fully what's happening. So if you don't have all the answers, walking away just opens a big plot hole, or a loophole for us. You know, there's something. Your piece of the puzzle, I should say.
A plot hole, you say?
Plot hole is a bad word.
If you think you are
Hold on a
responsible,
second.
Story.
Hold 1 second.
if you-
Okay.
Hold.
Hold.
Navos.
Mhm.
You, as you're talking about them, you expect to feel that pressure behind your eye. and you search. It's not there. They have never left you alone. And you truly feel alone in this moment.
And by that time, I want to say Duncan is probably up to Navos.
Probably. Thane, you were saying something.
If you feel responsible in any way for what happened, and you feel like you need to be held accountable for that, we are the only people who might be able to do that. We're the only people who know of your potential involvement in this. If you're running away from that, then you are running away from the responsibility that you owe the victims of this, if you are involved. Why do them that disservice?
Even more beyond who's guilty and who isn't guilty, we don't understand what's going on. You might have answers to pieces of this puzzle that we just don't know exist yet. I think it is in our best interest that we stay together. We head to the temple, we find out what's going on. We need to find what connection Pyvel has to this at all. He didn't give me this, and I'll pull out that symbol for no reason. And I'll put it back.
At this point, the symbol is no longer glowing. As you all got closer to Benny, your individual markings did brighten up. I should have mentioned that, and I apologize for not. But as he's moved away, they have dimmed down to barely noticeable again.
We noticed the same thing when we were fighting the other creature thing too, right?
The were-rat? You did not.
The one before that? The Navos'
The spiders?
No, the one that
Jurgensen?
Jurgensen, thank you.
Yes, you did. That was when your eye felt like maybe there was blood getting into it. It was kind of burning.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if this puzzle can truly be solved.
Well, we have to try. We say almost in unison.
Yep.
But you have to try.
I'm not.
Brun, you were gonna say something as
I
well?
was gonna say, when sort of in the like, I don't know if this is a puzzle that can be solved. Well, you have to try. The door just kind of gets shouldered open as Brun is like walking out with the piece of paper in one hand and a intricate toy dragon in the other. He goes, Navos, I think I have a clue.
I'm gonna look to Thane. If something like this happens again, don't miss me. And then I'll walk over to Brun.
Won't.
Seeing just Navos walk away from the group, just like, you alright?
Not right now, but I'm sorry. I heard you calling me, but what's going on?
Sort of holds up this toy metal dragon.
The quality is very, very notable on this piece. You would recognize this as Selma's work, just from the brief time you spent within the Metal Menagerie.
This should not. Here. And I'll like gesture Duncan and Thane over. You may want to see this.
And this is like twitching the wings around, trying to make flight happen. It's not working. Kind of circling in the big meaty palm.
Just like
looking around.
In Draconic. It's To any of you who don't speak Draconic, it sounds like a backfiring steam engine is trying to calm down a horse. But you do hear calm as like Brud is trying to like get this thing's attention. And
like it turns to you, the head kind of jerks a little bit funny. The eyes flash a little bit as it's trying to focus.
Put the hand like under the chin and kind of like scratch at it like it's a very, very small metal dog. And just like...
It's just looking at you.
This was a gift for Mahir. It was active in the case it was supposed to be in. And I don't believe it was supposed to turn on.
Have I seen anything like this before?
Nope. Other than those other examples, but again, they were not moving. They were not animated
Bane.
like this is.
Bane's like obsessed with this. This is they're like worried about everything else that's going on, but also like this is like the shiniest toy.
Yeah.
It really is. Now that it's outside, with the sunlight beaming down on it, it glitters. It almost... So with Yurgison, when she transformed, like the sun would glint off of her scales in different colors. For this little thing, the sun is it's almost like a disco ball. Like a very small disco ball with all of these points of light tracing around it as it shifts. And Thane, when you had looked at the Kitty Whippins, in Selma's shop, it was a very subtle effect where the light made it look alive. This is leagues beyond that.
I'd be careful with that.
Oh. That's what I'm trying to do.
It is somewhat fragile still.
Yeah, just like holding it and gently like moving and trying to see if I can get it to like... Brun's trying to see if this is something that someone like made it do, like if it just turned on accident or if it is like alive. I don't know if it has to do with all the growth and the changes that Pival did, but this is nowhere near the square. And if this thing's alive, I don't know what else might change.
We might need to head over to their shop. So far, it seems alright, but with what's happened today, I don't know what it will do.
Bane's gonna like force themselves to look away from this thing because they could just stare at it all day. We need to make sure that the people here are safe, and we don't know about the rest of you, but we need to go to the stables and make sure the family there is safe. And then we can do whatever we need to do next, but that is something we need to do.
Oh, shoot. Sort of holding us. We should see if our cultist knows anything. He's still unconscious on the floor.
We're like standing over us. Is he dead?
And Duncan kind of takes his foot off of his body, forgetting that he was standing on top of him.
Duncan was a little bit taller for a bit. You turn to look at the individual you apprehended. Lying on the cold, hard ground. He's just there. Surrounded by dead giant rats of unusual size.
I don't think he's going to be much help. One of the rats bit the pendant, and I think he passed.
Thane's gonna check this thing. Check this guy. Is he dead?
I was also going to check it.
Brun's gonna give him a swift kick in the ribs. Just like the body, just like punt it to see if it moves.
So I was gonna say, Thane, give me a medicine check. I would like you to make a medicine check at advantage now.
Whack!
Watching for reactions.
Medicine. Oh, my medicine is really bad. So my first one was a natural 1. Let's see.
I'm actually proficient in medicine.
Yeah, let the
Thane's
sergeant
gonna
take a
step
look at let the sergeant take a look at the body.
No, you
Yeah.
had advantage.
It doesn't matter. It was 5 minus 1, so 4. So specialization of labor. Thane's gonna step back and realize my expertise don't work.
Duncan's
here.
going to check the body. It sounded like there was some sort of cyanide or something. I'm looking for signs of that, because usually it leaves like a telltale like burning sensation in the throat. I've seen this before.
So, yeah, go ahead and make your medicine check.
Okay, that is a 16.
You're looking in and around the mouth, checking for these signs that Navos mentioned, like the broken pendant and stuff, and you do find those pieces of pendant. The throat is full of blood right now, so you're not going to see much burning, but like looking at the pieces of pendant, there is something that was inside the bone. You're not quite sure what.
Yeah.
Something was likely dispensed from it. And as you check for a pulse, you take a moment. And there's a beat. You take a moment. And there's a beat. It is very, very slow and
Is
low.
this creature still the were-rat? I mean, I know it's the were-rat, but is he still a were-rat, or did he go back to his elf form?
Ooh, that is a good question.
That does determine whether Duncan does CPR or not. Can't really do CPR on a
please.
muzzle.
His face is also super
You
fucked
don't
up.
have to do the
Mhm.
rescue breaths. Just do the compressions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately,
Um,
I can only do like a nub compression.
One hand.
Listen, you're just concentrating the force where it needs to be.
Also, this did happen
True.
like 20 minutes ago. Thanks, Navos, for telling us when it happened. You watched it, and then you wrote a little novel inside, and then you walked off.
Okay, so it is still rat-like. Because you are so close,
Mhm.
I will say as well that since you are inspecting it, you see these fibers kind of drifting in the air around it. Very similar to when you guys woke up. These black, very faint fibers. Kind of like if you have a dog that's shedding a lot, how it just like, it's everywhere in the air.
Big pen.
You're getting that around this rat man. And where it touches you, your symbol flares a little bit. And it burns away. And your symbol is glowing just a bit.
Now, does this when the symbol is activated and it's glowing, does it hurt at all? Do I get any pain receptors? Like
You're
firing?
getting that warmth. It's
Is it
not
like a-
as strong as when you were like
Mhm.
right in front of Jurgensen. But it is there.
Okay.
It is
Um,
not nearly as intense.
Sensing that I have a beat, that's salvageable. Without doing the resuscitate the rescue breaths, because I don't think I can put my mouth over a muzzle. I will start to like push down hard enough to maybe crack a couple of ribs, but to pump his heart, to try to get his beats going up.
And as you apply these rescue breaths, not rescue breaths, the compressions, you do push material out of his mouth, but he doesn't really change.
Okay.
The state of him doesn't really change. Anyone else want to be doing anything while Duncan is trying to resuscitate the rat man?
Ane's gonna collect some of the stuff that comes out of this thing's mouth.
How are you doing that?
If there's bodies around, and there was the there's some parts and things that are around. Are there any like cups or vials or anything like?
Yeah, there's cups
We're near the
around.
White Heart too.
Yeah, I can see one right there.
Yeah, there are cups that were thrown from tables.
Yeah, if there's anything with like a lid that's possible to seal it, Dane will grab
Lid.
one of those and collect what they can.
Yeah, I'll say that there's like a bottle inside the White Heart. Had booze in it. You could empty it
Yeah, we'll make sure to empty out all
and
the
collect
booze.
some.
Do that.
Yeah, if you want to label that as Ratman goop.
Ratman goop.
Is it man rat goop?
I don't want to think about that.
Was he a man first or a rat first? I have additional questions.
He was an elf first, probably maybe. When you found him, he was an elf.
Elf rat goop.
If you tell me that, I won't remember what it's from, though. So, like, anyone else doing anything in this moment? Staying alive, staying alive.
We want to put this thing out of its misery before we move on.
So I'm actually, that does bring up a good point, you singing Stay Alive. I'm not doing it to the beat of Staying Alive, I'm doing it to the beat of the Unearthed Arcana theme song. I hope they don't find the
I don't know how many
body.
BPMs that was.
I was wondering.
Hope they don't find this body.
Oh, 120? You're like pretty locked in there. That's not bad.
Navos, are you doing anything as they're inspecting?
I'm still taking a look at this dragon.
Yeah,
very cautious about it. I don't know if I can inspect anything, but
What are
worried
you
that,
inspecting for?
A good Arcana check might help. See if it's been magically
Yeah,
enhanced.
Brun has no real concept of magic, so if you ask to take a look at it, he will absolutely hold it still for you to peek at.
yeah, seeing if it's coming from where I think mine is coming from.
Okay. I would say either, I don't know, like an insight or an arcana. History? What are you feeling for this? Hold,
I'm gonna
please,
do
Curtis.
Insight, and I'm gonna use my cyclotrance, so I have advantage on it.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if there's a way that Brun can help with this.
The
Otherwise,
self-proclaimed knows nothing about magic.
it's just like
No.
Factor coming in the corner on that one.
That's I was thinking like
I know absolutely anything about this. Can I help?
I guess that we
No.
because I feel like Brun is still like kind of trying to like get its attention and is trying out different names for it to see if it responds
so-
to any of them.
Real quick, friends, it is just about 10 o'clock. Derek, what was your roll?
That's an unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20 for an unnatural answer. As you are looking at this thing, describe for me what you are looking for.
You kind of mentioned earlier, but like these glitches where you look at it for 1 second, look away, and then look back, and something's changed about it. Either like the wing position wasn't in that, didn't look like
Okay,
that just a second ago.
Yeah, as you're observing it, you are seeing sparks. I don't know how much mechanical stuff you've interacted with in your time traveling. Nothing this fine or detailed. When it twitches, there's a spark. So whatever is driving this, whatever is running it, it's not perfect. It's not quite designed for this. This is probably not the original intention behind it. But it is doing what it is doing. So like it'll turn to look at something and kind of overcorrect a little bit. The head will twitch to the side. The wings will flutter, seemingly against its intention. So it doesn't seem like it's glitching the way that your effects cause.
Okay, follow up. I don't know if you want another roll. Does it feel like it has control of itself or something controlling it?
It seems like it is responding. As Brun is like moving it around, it'll counterbalance, or it'll try to, or it'll tilt its head when it's being spoken to in Draconic. I don't remember if you know Draconic.
No.
You know a lot of languages, I believe.
A lot about that.
So, yeah, it seems like it is reactive. And I will give you one more specific question before we call it.
Another question.
Andrew's doing a little dance, so I don't want to keep him here too long.
I'm just thinking about Derek's song from last game.
He's also doing.
Oh, sorry.
You
If
can
you're
also
if you're
pass on the
looking-
question.
I would say if you were looking for one, I don't have one on the top of my head.
Okay, that's fine. That is what you've learned then. You are fairly convinced that this is not tied to you in any way. And if you want to make one final insight for your own brain space.
Yeah. Not feeling that rush. I'm confused as to why. That's a 15.
It's quiet inside your head. There's no pressure. There's no pull. There's no direction that you're being guided in. It's kind of eerie. Even for you. I feel like that's a pretty good place to end for the evening. So thank you, friends, for hanging out. Sorry it took a little bit longer than 10 o'clock. Usually we've been better,
Of
but
course.
I was running the combat slow tonight. I'm sorry.
That's good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for being here on time and present. Do y'all have any last minute anythings, wishes, stars, etc., etc.?
Really fun combat.
Yay!
Gold star to Duncan,
Don't
first
start.
man to go down. Let's hear it.
First down of the campaign. And it's
Dude,
only
Tigers
And
season
also
five.
shout out to
To
Navis
the
for
Eagle
getting
by
it back-
Rat.
Shout out to Navis
Navis.
for the immediate stabilization.
True.
That was
Yup.
number one. Yeah.
Like,
On it.
The problem is, unfortunately, I think Duncan is going to be our healer. Does not bode well.
Yeah, back when Andrew was like, "Hey guys, do we have a healer?" and I said, "You shut your mouth." So I call
what
that
I
foreshadowing.
built Duncan to be is the support character. You know, his days of fighting are past him, but you know,
I'll start
getting more
rolling in
Neither
support
here
than
nor
you.
there.
I'll start rolling in like John Wick. I'll get a lot closer and just gotta make sure
There
I
you
blast
go.
him.
point melee Eldritch Blast.
Please.
Just shove it in their face. Just look them right in the eye.
Cool. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate y'all for being here. And also, stars all around for yelling at each other. That was great. I enjoyed that very much. It was a little disjointed with timing stuff, but I feel like it worked out pretty well. So, yay! Good job, guys.
It was fun.
I will see you all next week, 6:30. Same
Bye,
place,
everybody.
same time.
But
Peace out.
but-
See you guys.
Maya.
Later.
Tim, I think